Total spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kebab, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? This one you got today. Spoon TV. This one you got today. Spoon TV. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. Go yes, what you information. Total spoon to be part of spoon television. Yes, spoon radio station.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the South and then charges on the beat.
Total spoon to get your information. Total spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what's happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Funjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat kebab, congratulate my brother, to spoon. You got a Spoon TV, you got a Spoon Radio, to spoon. Yeah, tuto spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, 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 kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? School TV. Yes, what you about today? School TV. School Bala. Skiddy dabado. School TV. School entertainment. Kua. Bese kua, go to there. Kua, go to there. On the spoon, yes, I information. On the spoon, to be yes, I spoon television. Yes, I
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moreover, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Vonjema, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat keep on graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba. What I want? Yes, what you about today? School TV. Yes, what you about today? School TV. Bala. Skiddy dabado. School TV. School entertainment. Kua. Bese kua, go to there. Kua, go to there. On the spoon, yes, I information. On the spoon, to be yes, Spoon television. Yes, Spoon radio station.
Yes, sir. A special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band. Charges on the beat.
On the spoon to get your information. to the spoon, to be part of our discussion. Spoon television. Spoon radio station. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Liberia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon gonna tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you will know. If the children crying for starvation, just to spoon. You want to get a news update, my brother, to spoon. You want to know what is happening, Moravia, to spoon. Politicians want to make their decision, just to spoon. You want to know what happening in the ministry, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. You from Fonjama, Maryland, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. If you eat cake and graduate, my brother, to spoon. You got a spoon TV, you got a spoon radio, to spoon. Yeah, to spoon. What? Yeah, Rastafari. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. Kilibamba, kilibamba, kilibamba. What I want? Yes, I do, but today. Spoon TV. Yes, I do, but today. Spoon TV. Spoon TV. Skiddy dabaro. Spoon TV. Spoon entertainment. Yes, I do information. To the spoon, to be
Okay. Good evening and a pleasant welcome to yet another edition of the Spoon Talk Show on Spoon FM 107.5, Fabric 107.5, and TV as well as on Spoon TV Live this morning. We are also live on Fabric Television on Facebook. So welcome to it. Tonight, it promises to be very, very interesting as usual. My name is Yekezi Zobel, sitting in as your sound coordinator from Liberia. Let's now go over to the team from the US to begin the show. Good day, Flumbo. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you, boss man? How you doing, Honorable?
I'm okay. Many of you in Poland, you're not in US.
Now you judging yourself now. Like you say in US, you tell the people the real story.
Okay.
What's happening?
Yeah, so good to see you.
I think he's on the phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so far, I mean, the biggest news in Liberia right now has to do, with the exception of yesterday, talking about today, one of the trending stories has to do with the certification of two new political parties. The EFFL, that has been around for some time now, but not as a political party, but rather, a pressure group. I mean, they have been certificated today. They were certificated. alongside another political party called trying to get the name Democratic National Allegiance.
You're on the phone.
So,
no, now the CEO talking. I'm telling he's on the phone.
okay.
His birthday was 2 days ago. He didn't tell me. That's okay. At least you could have gotten a late thing.
My birthday was yesterday.
Yeah, birthday was yesterday, correct? But you didn't tell me. So James, send a letter to the man. Your man, his birthday was yesterday.
James, I'm expecting it.
Yeah.
Of course.
All right, go ahead. You were saying something.
Yeah, so basically, the EFFL, the Economic Freedom Fighter of Liberia, and the Democratic National Allegiance, the two newly certificated political parties. So right now, according to the roster of the National Elections Commission, Liberia has 23 political parties following the addition.
You guys added Fagon political party there too?
Once Fagon political party certificate there will be added.
Where I want to get it go by?
So we got 23. Listen, Yagazi, can you before the show over? Can you give me the list of the 23? Do you have it?
Yeah, I can search it. I can
forward it, man, please. The stand-up bearers and everybody got to eat, my man. You chop.
They get political leader EFFL.
And that is former minister. What's his name? I thought that's the political leader.
No,
who's the political leader?
I think it should be Emmanuel Gonkwa. They used to be Precious Group.
Yeah, Emmanuel Gonkwa is the political leader.
Yeah.
Emmanuel
they used to be Precious Group. They came with this quote unquote. We are here to liberate the people.
Yeah, they're behaving like they're from South Africa, right?
Yeah, we came to liberate the people.
They're behaving from South Africa. But send us the list, Yekazi, and again, happy belated birthday to you. We wish you guys speed. Wish you could have said something. We're going to collect the birthday money on the set for you, but you got enough anyway. You know, your puppet Prince Joseph always hook you up. That's fine. PYJ. PYJ said, let me tell you something, right? My son Jeremiah Kun, he will contest the 2023 election.
Really?
I said, Papa, you sure? He said, Stanton. I said, yeah. He said, hey, my son, I'm telling you today, Jeremiah Kun will contest on our ticket, MDR. He said, we will win. We will come first or second.
Where?
And when we go for the round-up, the second round, they will know the people of Nimba. So I said, Papa, can I say it? He said, say it. We're going to have our first program in Monrovia in the next few weeks. We're going to honor Jeremiah Kun. So then I asked him, I said, but what have Jeremiah Kun done? He said, my son, when last you visited Nimba, the man get the biggest farm. The man got university. The man got everything going for him. The man getting a master from Ghana. The boy is serious. He's a good businessman.
The master of the boy.
He said the boy know how to work across the eye. So I said then he will be a VP to Cummings. He said no. He can't be a VP to Cummings. I said, will he be a VP to Joseph Boakai? He said, no, I'm telling you, Stanton, Jeremiah Kun will be our standard bearer. So then I asked, I said, will he support President Weah? He said, no. He said, my son are getting old. I said, hey, Papa PYJ. He said, let me call you. I said, yeah. He said, I never see anybody like Jeremiah Kun. I said, yeah. He said, my son, Jeremiah Kun, the people that let Jeremiah Kun, I'm telling you, that boy, you know that he's from Grand Gila too, right? I said, yeah. I said, Mao Epa. I think he said Epa, right?
Yeah, I think like
one of his parents from Grand.
Yeah, his father.
So I said, no, Bishop, I'm not making that one big. I try to give the people the information PYJ gave me. So I said, well, what about Jeremiah Kuhn? You think people will vote for him? He said, my son, that boy will be president for Liberia. I said, okay.
So well, all the things he's talking now, the way our friend are from across the road, across College Junction, the way they won't go to second place and they probably want to take their second place.
The man said Jeremiah Kuhn will take second place. He said Jeremiah Kuhn will win in Nimba. But I said outside of Nimba, he said Jeremiah Kuhn will win in Grand Judah, as a matter of fact. You got one of his parents from Grand Judah. And the people, you got more Nimba, Mano Gio, Madingo people in Grand Judah also. He said, so I'm telling you, we're going to have our program. He sent me the schedule. It's coming up. You guys will be there to cover up the program. They're going to honor Jeremiah Kuhn. But I'm trying to understand, folks. Thank you for joining us, though.
But I want to ask you, CEO.
No, let me ask you the question before you ask me. Let me ask you before you ask me. And I will ask you, you can see for Nimba.
Yeah, outside
of Nimba, can Jeremiah Kuhn win any other county? Can he come fourth place outside of Nimba, though? You see any way Jeremiah Kuhn can even come fourth?
I don't think so. I think outside of Nimba, Councillor Tabon Gonglo, even it's even stronger outside of Nimba as compared to Jeremiah.
James, what about you? What's your thought, James?
No, my question is.
Answer my question first, my man. Answer my question first. Do you think Jeremiah Kuhn can?
Yeah. What's the question?
Do you think he can make any gain outside of Nimba, though?
No. Kuhn is just a Nimba boy.
That's it?
Yeah, just a Nimba boy.
He cannot win any other county.
No.
Why the hell he going in the rest? And why they talking about him running?
Why should the man win different county besides Nimba?
But then why Prince Johnson celebrating that Jeremiah Kuhn? But remember, Prince Johnson came third, right?
Yeah, because they get a number. Prince Johnson won only Nimba. And he came third. Yes.
So, but then Jeremiah Kuhn can come third too, then?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Jeremiah Kuhn can come third, then across College Junction can go fourth.
Who you call that across College Junction again?
I'm calling you. Don't continue our topic.
You think Jeremiah Kuhn?
But another thing is, CEO, those are two different personalities. Prince Johnson coming there doesn't mean that if Jeremiah Kuhn contest, he will come there.
Yeah.
Prince Johnson is a different personality. Jeremiah Kuhn is a different personality.
So I think that at the end of the day, though, what you should understand, you guys are telling us, and the folks that are joining us, that Jeremiah Kuhn can do jack. I think he just tried to negotiate for those that will go into the second round.
No, he will win Nimba. He's going to get the highest vote in Nimba.
We agree. Then what?
Yeah. It's even still debatable as to what. Because you have Tabon.
You get Tabon Gonglo, though. I agree with you.
Prince Johnson stayed there. Quote unquote, Johnson is the father of Nimba till his death. Nobody can win him then.
But this person saying Jeremiah Kuhn can never come sixth. Clarence Goba. Jeremiah Kuhn can never come sixth.
College Junction.
The person across College Junction.
Yeah.
Who they picking quality across College Junction? My man, don't put me in your problem. I here to get the people. I here to get the people that. But let me say this while we wait for the guys. There's something about Jeremiah Kuhn, though. He's cool. He's easygoing, But if Prince Johnson Paul would be on Jeremiah Kuhn, I think the intent, knowing very well Jeremiah Kuhn cannot be president, but he still have a hidden intent. Am I correct? That's something to drive towards. Okay, we're not winning, but can we be a supporter? Can they come to us to negotiate in the second round? Am I correct, Yekazi?
Yeah, I think so. Sure.
James.
Yeah, basically that is what they're doing. in politics, you have to get stronghold. If Jeremiah Koo wins Nimba with a higher number, either across Carter Junction, Boakai, or President Weah, they will have to run to Jeremiah Koo.
Yeah, to negotiate.
Yeah,
But I think Jeremiah Koo will be stronger 2029. I think he will be more relevant 2029. If he set the stage today, this election, people get to know him, come third or fourth, then he can go across the aisle. Then he can move around in the country. So I think Jeremiah Koo is setting his base for 2029. I really don't think that Jeremiah Koo can win, and everybody knows that. I think he's trying to set something up to make that 2029 case and say, look at me, Alfred Nimba, MDR. And I also hearing Jeremiah Koo running mate. Somebody already put their hands up and say, I want to be the running mate to Jeremiah Koo. I'm also hearing that. I'm gonna say one again.
And Jeremiah Koo himself might even end up as a running mate.
No, not when you declare your intention to be. Not when you declare your intention
if you know they should go into a coalition.
To me, you cannot be the VP to anybody because you cannot remove that VP the person have on the short list though. Because if Joseph Boakai take his VP going into the election, second round, he cannot remove that VP. You know, at Jeremiah Koo. But guys, here's the thing about Jeremiah Koo. Take him serious, but wait for 2029. Jeremiah Koo try to be a supporter. Jeremiah Koo, the best position Jeremiah Koo have right now is to be a solid VP. To be a solid VP. To any one of the serious guys in the race. I'm not saying he's not serious. He's a friend. I know him. And I've met him before. But I think Jeremiah Koo can be a solid VP. Prince Johnson don't want that. Prince Johnson want him to be the standard bearer to go in to win this election. But we all know, even if you go to Brooklyn J, they don't know Jeremiah Koo. Ain't no. And you go Buchanan, people say, well, who's this guy? Ain't no. Clariton, people say Jeremiah Koo will sleep, man. People don't know Jeremiah Koo. Jeremiah Koo will only talk about Nimba and part of Grand Jide. Any other place, he would not be that formidable candidate, but he will set the stage for 2029. And another person, another senator want to be Jeremiah Koo running mate. I think it would be bad for Jeremiah Koo. If that senator, Jeremiah Koo will be a dead man walking because that senator get a bad character. Oh, that means McCartney. That means McCartney.
That he talking about?
That means McCartney. I pick you, yeah. I mean, for the guy that have a good show, I pick you, yeah.
I know the man.
No, but the senator, if it's the senator, there will be no way. Jeremiah Koo say, I'm in the race, and he say, okay, let me take you to be my VP. The light will be off for Jeremiah Koo. He will spoil his way 2029. If Jeremiah Koo take anybody right now that we know, and say, come be my running mate, Jeremiah Koo would destroy. I mean, Alex, you're not on the show. Don't say you yet. We're looking in the back. You are not there. Jeremiah Koo would destroy himself. You got to be very careful. And let's also talk about while we're here setting the stage. I know Alex will be coming, folks. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. We'll give you an update of the census. No, where you going? You can see. We go talk about Jeremiah Koo running away. Hey, the census people ain't country yet, right? You can see. What we talk about census you running?
Pardon?
We just talk about leges you running. What your business to do with leges? You can see.
I don't have any business to do with leges.
Hey, but it's just
it's just that since that entire process, nobody came to my house or encountered me.
Oh, Lake Country, yeah.
Nobody. I didn't even see anybody in my community.
Oh, no. This result cannot come on except the country, you can see. Hey, Fagon. Now you tell the people to say this to him, Fagon. The people say he was born. Legend has never visited him.
Not at all.
You are muted, Fagon. You are muted.
Man, Ellie came back to the country yesterday. I saw if they check her.
No. The president can't tell her. You saw the president visiting her yesterday. The president had a machine. He had a machine, my man. The president can't tell man Ellen back. Did I want? The man,
look at the way good they looking at you.
The president enumerator now.
The person got them my earning by your leader one by. Ah, yeah, man, when the person not to come my earning and all her 24 staff. I beg you, yeah.
Why Liberian people can see something blue, you telling them it's blue? They will
No, but on the show right now, Yegas is saying he have not been counted.
Even Good Day.
But Good Day is not in Liberia.
Not just me.
No,
not just me, but my entire family.
Oh, your entire family?
My entire family.
All right, where in Liberia you live, Yegazi?
Okay, so I live in Zuba Town.
Zuba Town. But
Zuba Town is
which is in where? Morovia or
Finsville?
It's in Finsville. Which is also, we can say, it's in Monserrado, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, now this is very easy. This is Yekezi, Zobe. And man said, people ain't coming here. I'm still waiting.
If my name was CEO,
no, Fagon. Before we bring Alex, open the phone.
If my name was CEO, I was going to tell the man to open the phone line. Let people who didn't check their call.
Open the phone line before we even bring Alex. Let's start with the latest issue. Guys, thank you for joining us. We'll give you update on the ammunition story. We got a big breaking news on the ammunition story. A lot of stuff happening. Some folks are involved. Listen, guys, less than 24 hours, this thing not going to waste WhatsApp. You understand when you in or what else they say they waste WhatsApp, right? They not banjo the ammunition stuff. We gotta be very measured though. That's why it's good for you to be speaking slowly, but hearing very fast. Because what is happening now is turning around, folks. They're not wasting WhatsApp. They're not banjo the information. We'll be digging into those things. I want to say to every one of you that joining us, invite your brothers and sisters, invite your friends, ask James Good Day for the link. Ask him for the link and come and share in this Friday edition of the Spoon Talk. Let's have a wonderful conversation. You'll be surprised the ammunition issue. Where the gun came from? We got a story. You believe that the American people allowed gun in the container and went to Liberia? You believe it? We stupid, yeah? You believe that it passed through the people?
As soon as you go in the center, you say you want to talk about egg.
No, my man. But don't do that. My man, don't do that, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, if that man interrupt me, I'll fire him today. That's your deputy minister. But Eugene.
But you must hire me first. So we read in the center, the man, James. So we read in the center, but the thing get hard for the man country. The man can say, you know what? That leader was.
Like the phone calls can be coming in, man. So now you gotta be like American. I want to negotiate. Americans are without negotiate with terrorists.
And
so we want to say
this. Call now.
Yeah, James started to get called. He was so relayed. But let me say this.
I said this is how you do it. Hello. Okay. Hello, Divio. You're not going to do that.
But let me say this, folks. Welcome to the Spoon Talk. It's going to be big. We got information on the ammunition issue that went into the country. We got information on the individual they are questioning. We can say to you, this thing is turning around. The Western Wasa Liberia National Police today say, oh, journalists, you're coming with us. We're going to the port. We're going to open a container. This morning they said nobody. But understand though, in America, those guys shouldn't have touched the ammunition fingerprints. They mess it up. And let me say this to you, folks. It's very simple. You cannot do security work like you do your well-established business. Some things you work for professionals. Respect to Liberia National Police, but something in it wasn't right. The individual that in question, he beginning to talk. He talking. He saw his picture. The real individual, he's talking. But let me ask you a question. Every one of you that getting ready to listen to Spoon Talk tonight, every one of you, must you believe that America allowed all those ammunition to leave the country? Does that make sense to you? I'm going to leave it like that, and we're going to have a spoon. Thank you for waiting for another edition of Spoon Talk. It's going to be great today. We're going to entertain you. We're going to share our link because it's the Friday edition. We want to hear your side of the story. What's on your mind? Talk to us. Let's have a good open conversation. But let's start with Legis. Because Ellis got to come and do his thing, you know, then he would leave. I want us to talk about Legis. Census, right? Have you been counted? You in Liberia, they count you? Did I count you yet? You in Wapanton? The people now go there and count you? Hey, Dodi, did I count you, Dodi? Wuledi, have you been counted, Wuledi? Tabedi, they count you? Hey, Olele, the people now count you? Manjua, what happening? Mantene, they count you? Have you been counted? It's a great question. It is important. The people that close the census bogo, Yoya Joa Howard Taylor, the vice president, she said she's sure it will pass international standard. She said she's sure the people got all the money and everything is good. But something want to surprise you today. Something want to surprise you on the census day. So let's open the phone line. Before I bring in Alex, I will open the phone line and let's just get whosoever. If they don't count you, just say they count me. We won't know your name. We won't know where you're calling from. Just say they count me. If you have not been counted, just tell us. Have you seen any of the numerator? Let us know. Because we want to bring Alex to give us full update. Full update. You know the census thing started a problem, right? They had to fire Wilmer Smith. The census thing started a problem. Everybody was mango in. But Joe Howard Taylor said, the president of the country, I'm going there. I'm going to talk to our partners. You have Senator sitting on her right-hand side. You have the European partners sitting on her left-hand side. You have all these Lawrence George there sitting doing their thing. Boom! The old man I work on magic. We get here was, hey. Let's take our first call. Have you been counted?
Good evening. Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hello. How you doing, sir?
I'm okay. Have you been counted?
I'm actually from Corner Barrow Testimony team. Our entire community, nobody put here at all. You have to sit down for nothing to say what they say what they can make out. Say that then, nobody can yet.
Thank you. Let's talk to another person.
Gentlemen, please be taking the score. James, take the score. We're going to take 25 calls real quick.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Kennedy winner today. I'm not been counted yet.
Okay. Thanks for calling. Good evening.
Hello?
Scandal, don't take no call you.
This is Michael and Jabo.
Have you been counted?
But with our content, I think I knew that.
Come again?
I think our content, and I think our content.
Okay,
Thank you, your content. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Thank you, your content.
Good evening.
He probably wanted to say, but his family was not counted. Something like
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, this is Sumas from
Were you counted? Come again?
My family, my sitting and my children, everyone else. Everybody have a contact in the house here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Good evening.
Good
Hello?
evening.
Your name and where you joining us from?
Thank you. This is Edward Maintain. I'm a resident in Tupo Road, Nubata.
Have you been counted?
Obviously, yes, I've been counted.
Okay, thanks for calling. Hello?
Yeah, hello, I'm on the show.
You're welcome. Have you been counted?
No, not yet.
Thank you. Good evening.
Hello?
Have you been counted?
No, not yet.
Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Hello?
Move on. Let me fast.
Okay. Hello?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
Yes, I've been counted.
You've been counted, okay. Hello?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
Yes, my name is Manaji.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was enumerated 2 errors, but unfortunately, I have not been done.
Hey, my man, you have not been counted. Finish. Thank you. Hello?
Yeah.
50 more calls, 15.
Hello?
Yeah, thank you. Let me say good evening to you and also good evening to everyone.
Have you been counted?
Yeah, my name is Sai Kumar.
Have you been counted?
Sai, have you been counted?
Those who for the big content.
Have you
Oh,
been counted,
Sai. Have you been counted? Okay. We lost him. Hello, have you been counted?
Hello.
Hello.
I have not been counted.
Okay. Thank you. Hello, have you been counted?
I have not been counted.
Thank you. Hello, have you been counted? Hello? I'm sorry. Hello?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
No, I've been seeing people come passing on community board. They are not starting because I'm mobile. I just say to the boss.
That is
Thank
no.
you.
Thank you. Hello, have you been counted?
Hello, Yavi.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Abu Bakr.
Have you been counted? Okay, thank you. Hello? 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 Okay, let's talk to this person. Hello?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
Yes, I have been counted.
Okay. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Have you been counted?
No, not yet. From District 12.
Okay. Hello?
Hello? Yes, sir.
You've been counted?
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Have you been counted?
The message no. The message will leave it.
Have you been counted?
No.
Okay.
The boss said,
hello?
You want to say?
Hello?
Have you been counted?
No, I haven't been counted.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Have you been counted?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, have you been counted?
No. Me and my family and my surrounding are not.
Okay, thank you. Hello, have you been counted?
I said no.
Okay. Hello? Hello, have you been counted? I'm sorry. Hello, your name and where you join us from? Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Have you been counted?
Yeah, no, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, thank you.
Okay, my family and my son have been counted.
Hello, have you been counted?
No.
No. All right. Thanks for calling.
Two more calls.
Okay. Hello? Have you been counted?
No, I'm not been counted. I'm calling you for granted.
The last call.
Okay. Hello, have you been counted?
Hello?
All
no.
right. Thank you very much. Yakazi Zoe. All of 26 calls, 5, 10, 15, 20. All of 26 calls for gone. We have 6. Yes, they have been counted. And we have 20. No, they have not been counted. Again, folks.
Not just 20, but 20 and their families.
Yeah, about
and
6 and but we're gonna just talk about the individual because maybe that 6 and the family have been counted too. But again, Yakazi, this is surprising to a lot of folks. The people have sent a result in, and that's why we have the former deputy director, G. Alex M. Williams, to come and give us update. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining Spoon tonight. Share the program. Imagine now, President George Manneh will be giving the State of the Nation address. And remember this, these are some of the results that will be in his State of the Nation's address. All of 26 callers, 6 individuals say, yeah, they come in. 20 of them say no. They have not contacted us yet. 20. What's going on? Before I bring in Ellis, let me ask Fagon. Fagon, you know, we do, because I hate to put our topics up this time, because I want to surprise the nation, because when you do that, then everybody go and play the little games. But it's shocking, though. The VP, Madam Joy Howard Taylor, put her life on this line, her job on this line, because she came on Spoon, she appeared, and she gave us 110% surety that the census is accurate. 110%. You have 26 callers. 6 of them saying they can't be. 20 of them saying, I ain't even see that people yet. The former Deputy Minister of Information, the Honorable Eugene Lamid Fagon. Speak to the nation, sir.
Well, CEO, I told you on this platform, having listened to Alex and having served in the government, we made it quite clear here that this census would not have been up to international standards. And the reason was simple. You got the first day to count half of the people, if not the second. You made them stay home. And after 2 days, it never happened. 3 days, nothing. So go back to the tape and play it. We said suspend the census until you put everything in place. Some of our friends were saying, no, we got to proceed. This government will not. Brother, the first thing I did was to call the people in my village. They are not seeing one enumerator. Then I called the people on our farm in Bapul, Crawford Village. It was even worse. They had no idea about what we were talking about. So I came and I said, we should pay for announcements, jingles, and what have you. Still, people did not listen. What you hearing here, that small one. The president, Madam Selivo, I don't think they were even counted. If they want to be honest. So the whole census thing, I see people saying stage calls. You have to go all around the country and see what will happen. For some of us, we already knew. And we told you what was going to happen. And it happened. The census, I repeat, is a fiasco. You were told before. I told you the case against Kumis was a cartoon, not a case. This census is a fiasco. And that is why NEC took down the 2017 electoral map with all of the data and numbers in it. That is exactly why they took it down. So I'm telling you again, the census is a fiasco, and we are getting ready to be lied to again. And I will leave you with that.
It's shocking. You know, I'm surprised.
Just even look on the live feed.
I'm surprised, Fagon. I'm so surprised, folks. You're in Liberia, get close to your radio. A lot of stuff coming out today. Today is Friday. Mm-hmm. Today is January 6th. You remember the insurrection that took place? Today is Friday. I am so surprised because the VP, and James, get those clips ready, assure Liberians Madam Joa Taylor assured Liberians that this census will meet international standard. The census is unique. But I will hold my own. The man that work with the census people, the religious people, he will come and tell you guys and give you full update. We have to do this. For the sake of the nation, for the sake of the people, we must do this. We have asked 26 individual callers, people we don't know that just call in. Opposition, imposition, no position, 26 of them. 6 of them say yes, they contacted me. 20 of them say we ain't even see those people yet. Where's Lawrence George? Where's the board chairman, Samuel Ditway? Where's the money that was allocated and given to Legis? Where is Madam Joa Howard Taylor? Hey, my own Omar. What's going on? Are we serious? Let me bring in Alex Williams, folks. James and Yekezi, stay tuned, stay with us. I know you got to go get those stuff ready, James, so it's okay. Yekezi will call you back because it is important. We'll take more calls. We want to say you guys stay tuned. Alex, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. Like always, it's good to have you, Alex. Again, this census issue, 26 individuals just call. Somebody please do the math. I'm not good at math though. They say you do 26.
It's 23%. I was listening.
So 23% say yes, right?
Definitely.
And you got how many percent say no?
27. Right. So it's 23 minus 100.
77% say they didn't count them yet. That's the international standard. Alex, talk to us, man. I'm shocked.
Okay, so CEO.
No. Don't even talk to her yet, Alex. Don't talk to her yet. Fagon, I must leave the show early. I'm hurt. I'm discouraged.
Go so you can be counted.
I'm discouraged. My people from Newcomtown, North Parktown, West Point, Clarendon, Funday, my people from Lexington, Greenville, that part of Sano County, Stephen Toba Estate, Garnersville, Chicken Soup Factory, Zinkiam, Balanceville Estate, Shoe Factory, St. Paul Bridge, all our folks from Broadville. You come in 11th Street, you go through the inn and all those places. The railroad group from Zimbabwe, from Saigon, our own terrain. Those people have not been counted, most of them. All of what we just did, 73% of the callers said they ain't come in yet. Liberians, you need to hear this one. 73%. 73 or 77? It's 77, right?
77.
The people said they ain't come us yet. Alice, what's going on? What are you guys doing in Legis? What is happening so badly that our people continue to lie to us? Are they going to get it right, Alex? Give us a quick overview. Let's give our people some update. We got a lot of development coming out on the ammunition issue and politics, but this one, today is the 6th. The President State of the Nation address is in about 3 weeks.
So, CEO, let me say again, thank you to you and the entire Spoon family for, again, granting me the opportunity to speak to the Liberian people via your platform. It is always a pleasing pleasure to talk to Liberians, both home and away in the world at large. You know, I'd like to begin by saying the U.S. Census Bureau, the institution clothed with the responsibility of conducting census in America. One of the institutions that is part of the ICCC, that is the International Coordinating Census Committee, that was founded in 2015 for the purpose of the 2020 round of censuses globally. They define census as that process that provides a snapshot overview of the population. That is what census actually is. And so today, without much ado, I would firstly like to ask that Exhibit 1, that I labeled Exhibit 1 and was sent to you to be played so that the
Oh, I'm
Liberian
sorry.
people can listen.
Give me a few seconds. I don't think James have it. I told you to send it to James. He's the producer. If you didn't, it means we got to forward it to James.
James has all of them.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Because, man, I don't do those things. So it's good that you send it to James. So, James, let's follow through with the update. Put up those
Exhibit
exhibits,
1.
and let's have some good show. Is it up?
It's an audio.
Good day. What, James gonna sleep? Eugene, what are you doing to the beginning? Good day. Follow through exhibit 1.
I said episode 1 is audio, so it's gonna take some time before it comes on.
Okay. Did you download it?
But I can play from because it is very longer.
That's what you gotta call this shot, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So play it, but try to call
James, you can play from anywhere.
Yeah.
Coming.
Alice, we don't have enough time with you, so please let make it quick. All right. Can you move to the next exhibit? What James trying to get at, please?
Yeah. So James, please try to do the needful.
Okay. It is important to do the needful right now. Yeah, I'll call James out one day if I go. They begin to play his low-fi festival thing, Try to slow walk the conversation.
I have been reliably informed.
I know if I go be get information on James.
Yes, I got it. I got it.
James, play out exhibit, my man. You know if I gonna jelly you tonight.
Exhibit 1 is ready.
Play.
I encourage you to go right now on the lady's website. You will not see a final list of those who have been selected to serve as supervisors and enumerators. So who are those going to be counting our population?
Alex, before you go there, are you still serving in our capacity at least?
Definitely.
But what's going on? What must make say?
Number two, up to as I speak to you, there has been no formal contract signed with any enumerator or supervisor. So who are going to do the enumeration? Besides, current statistically, women has no understanding of census and statistics, and you continue to mislead the people. Statistically, when you conduct a census, you have three, either you check in the latest census.
So, Alex, give us an overview on that. Who's speaking? Who are those individuals on the call? James Paulson or Manny?
I'm the one speaking to OKFM on the 10th of November, 2022.
Okay, so it's an old recording. Now, fast forward to now. The importance of playing this interview.
The importance of playing this interview tonight is so that people can have a flashback of exactly what I said and what has happened.
Yeah. All right. So now we remember. Let's move forward now. The next exhibit, or you can go ahead and speak, Alex.
Okay, so on the 10th of November, CEO, a day before the proclamation that was supposed to be the census night or census day, I told the Liberian people and the world at large, and the government and the people, that nothing was ready for census, and that Mr. Wilmot Smith and Lawrence George and the rest of others were misleading the government, the president, and the people of the country, and that if they forced it to go to census, the following day, it would have been a total failure. And even if they were giving up to the end of November, they would not have counted 50% of the population. And I also said that even if you gave them up to the end of the year, they would not be able to count the entire population. And I said, if I'm lying, if they prove me otherwise, whatever they want to do to me, they should do it. CEO, if you can recall, it was sometime in December, the vice president went to Legis. They had a presentation or display of the numbers. During that presentation, you have the recording, Spoon was there. Less than 5% of the population at the time had been counted. And I said on November 10th that even if you gave them up to the end of November, they would not have counted 50%. I was correct. Today is the 6th of January. The 6th of January, we have not finished counting the population. That is what I also said. And these were things that we said, that people said we were working for the opposition. People said we're not saying the truth. And people said we're lying. So let me go straight to Exhibit 2 so that we will fast track this conversation tonight.
I'm very happy about the census result. I promise you on Tuesday, the results will be public. We'll also make it public by sending it to the media, so you'll get some numbers yourself and see where we are.
So on Tuesday it'll be public. And do you think we have increased in numbers?
I'm not sure. Let's wait and see. I believe there are many babies. All what I know, I believe we are going across the 5 million mark, because when you travel, that's all you see, little babies everywhere. So the preliminary numbers will come up on the 27th, and then when the map-up is finished over the next 2 weeks, in January, before the president makes his State of the Union, I think he will provide the final numbers, and then it will go to the legislature for the other agreements that we have to make. So I believe we would have done a very good job with the census, and the additional information we get will help all of us look more keenly about who's working, who's not, what the real numbers are. Then maybe Tom and myself can have a new conversation.
So, CEO, that's the vice president on the 24th of December on your show. The second person in the country saying to you and to the world and to Liberians that on the 27th of December, a preliminary result of the census would have been announced. Today is January 6th. Where is that preliminary result? Imagine Stanton Hakim on your platform.
No, hold on one minute. Sorry to interrupt you. Yes, she said it, Fagon. It's been 10 days. It's been 10 days since the vice president said from the 27th to today is 10 days that a preliminary result will be announced. Why they have not announced the preliminary result? If I go and chip in real quick, we'll go back to Alex.
Because there are no real, in math, we got real numbers. There are no real numbers. And so the computation of the figures they're getting must jive with the constitutional responsibility of redistricting and doing a lot of things. Now, if you have a man like Alex on the other side, how do you put a figure together to give to Alex that will come back to be questioned? So you got to wait. The delay is because they need to manufacture the numbers and do the computation that is going to look real.
So then, let me go back to our fellow Liberians. Let me go back to the Liberian people, because these are the people we talk to. You're on the radio, you look, the number just running. Yeah, on our set. The VP said the 27th preliminary announcement result. From the 27th to today, 10 days. Have you heard anything about a preliminary result? Have you heard anything from Legis concerning the census about preliminary result? We're going to pause to hear from you. Have you, listen guys, this is very serious. I love talking to my fellow Liberians. I wake up in the morning, I pray for this time of the day. Maybe we're making a mistake. Yagazi, come on, Yagazi. Let's take about 5 calls. Maybe somebody heard get some kind of preliminary result while we were sleeping. Yakezi Zogwe, come on the show, please. Let's ask Alice, pause. Maybe we'll do legends today. Maybe we'll just do legends today. Yakezi, what you know? 5 callers real quick.
My man, Westy Cross not going. We'll talk about it gone too.
My man, the VP said on the 27th, they will be coming up with preliminary result on census, on the latest people. Ask our fellow Liberians, have they heard any numbers from this? Just take 5 calls, random calls, and we'll go back to it.
077771075 05551011075. Let's talk to this person. Good evening. Your name and where you joining us from? Have you heard any preliminary results?
That man speaking quick. You say I don't see it yet. Go to the next caller.
Okay. All right. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello.
Have you heard any preliminary results of the census from the government? See where you muted. Hello. Okay. Let's talk to this person. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Have you heard any preliminary results of the census?
Yeah, I'm adding cook from Villa Comedia. I'm not been under yet.
We're not talking about counting now. We're talking about preliminary results. Hello?
Hello. Emmanuel Thomas calling from Portland Road.
Emmanuel, have you heard any preliminary results of the census?
No. I ain't checking it yet. I was there all that time. I haven't been checked.
Okay. Thank you. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Have you heard any preliminary results of the census?
My brother, nobody has ever come to my hospital with me and my whole family there.
Okay. Thank you. Hello?
Hello?
Have you heard any preliminary results of the census?
No, sorry, I'm not even counting anything.
Okay.
Is that 5 or will I go to 10 people?
We've done more than 5 now.
Thank you, Yakasi. Thank you very much. You can just go in the corner small, get something to drink. We'll call you back. Just say we're having a conversation with the Liberian people. We alone when I talk this talk. So let me say to you, my brother Alex, the folks are saying no, we have not heard anything. Yeah, we are, Alex. Continue with your exhibit.
So the people are a true reflection of what is happening. And you know, this census is going to go down in the history of Liberia. And CEO, I have 292 pieces of evidence documented and still adding to prove to the Liberian people that the census in common Liberian parlance or English is a lie. Before I go any further, let me go straight to it before I display the manipulation of census results, because you know right now as we speak, 7 counties on the 25th of December on Christmas Day, people were dispatched to 7 counties, excluding Monserrat, that had over 400% dispatched to go and manipulate the census result at the various county service centers where legislative offices are. But before going to those videos and pictures and other things, I will ask James to display Exhibit 3.
James, go there. James.
Okay, so that is Exhibit 3. The reason I brought Exhibit 3 is that this is very important for our conversation today to lay the foundation, CEO. So that is page 5 of the final result for the 2008 National Population and Housing Census of Liberia. If you look at the first paragraph, CEO, it gives reference to the census night. you will see it says the total population of Liberia on the night of 20th, 21st of March. Whenever you are announcing census results, that's how you do it. You give the reference night or the reference period to say, as of this date, this is the population of our country. Where is the reference period for Liberia census that was just conducted? There's no reference period. Some people started in Monserrado, other people after 2 weeks, they started in Nema. Some people started in Riwaji after 1 week. So if there is no reference period for a census, it means the census already have failed. That's the first thing I want to bring to the attention of you and everyone, that Liberia census don't have a reference period, because on the 11th of November, on the day of the proclamation, not a single person was counted and not a single person went into the field. So we do not have a reference period for the census.
Question, why? Because they can hold on to that day, the 11th, and say this is the day we started, or the 12th when folks went out to count. Are you confirming and sticking to that there's no reference period? But they started counting though.
Let me tell you something. One of the uniqueness is that we are doing a digital census. So the day the census results or the questionnaire is being synchronized or uploaded to the system, that date is automatically recorded, and nobody can change it.
So
there
was any day.
Not at all. On the 11th, on the 12th, on the 13th of November, not a single human being in the Republic of Liberia was counted, and I challenge ladies and everyone.
So when was the first count? When? The first count?
So people started counting 5 days after, and it was not simultaneous. And one of the three major characteristics of census is simultaneity.
Yeah, but let understand now, we are not, technically inclined to some of your terms that you're going to be using as a geologist or a technician that work with ledges. I'm asking you, the first day, what are you seeing on the data board? What was recorded when the first person was counted?
So that's what I'm saying to you. It was after 5 days, after the 11th of November, 5 days after, before the first questionnaire.
So that would be the 16th.
Yes, and that was not even people who was counted. That was household listing. Because remember, I told you have to do the household listing before you start the count.
Was that recorded?
Yes, automatically.
Okay. So continue, please. At least you answered.
So that's the first thing I wanted to highlight on this, that there's no reference period for Liberia census, because one of the three characteristics of census is really simultaneity is lacking in the census. Number two, in this very first paragraph, you will see that latest gave the population of Liberia to be 3,476,608 persons. But not only that they gave that population, they also gave a population estimate from the geographic planning exercise that was done before the actual counting. And that population estimate was 3,511,618 persons. Why is this geographic planning estimate very important? Is what I'm going to explain to you in the subsequent exhibit. But what you need to know is that the variance or the difference between the population estimated by the National Geographic Planning Exercise, which we call the mapping of the country, that divide the country into smaller areas for the main counting, and the main counting population, the difference is just 1% in 2008. And if you look at the census data from Ghana, from Sierra Leone and other places, you will see also that the mapping data population estimate and that of the actual population estimate, these variants are always very small. You have less than 3% difference. And so if you go to do an actual counting of the population and the difference between the mapping estimate and the mean count is more than 5%, it means that that census has already failed. And so I will explain to you why Liberia census are failing. So let's move to the second exhibit.
What's the
Can
second
we go
exhibit?
to the fourth exhibit? So this exhibit is, you know, latest had what we call a chat room. And you see that chat room is for Monserrate lead facilitators. And in that chat room, you see there's a place that are highlighted in red. That is showing a conversation between the Census Chief Technical Advisor in Nigeria, who work with the United Nations Population Fund, and one of the lead facilitators in Monserrate County, where he told that particular person that the population of Liberia was 6.5 million. And he was almost right. And the reason he was right, and the reason why we know that the population of Liberia is more than 6 million, is what we are about to explain to you in the next exhibit. So please move to the next exhibit.
No. We're not running to the next exhibit. Let's try to understand this text message. We got a phone number. We got somebody's name. I think you have displayed it now. The person's name is Abin Solomon Sr. It's there. The phone number is there likewise. Can you read what you circle in red for those on the radio to listen? Can you please read it, Alex?
So this first thing, let me say to you, this chat room, in this chat room you have, I was in this chat room, you had Dr. Poe in this chat room, you had the Chief Census Technical Advisor in this chat, you have people from UNFP and other places who were in this chat room.
You got Bertolt, you got Brian, you got DeMichael, you got Legis Dapluto, you got Dr. Emmanuel Gilbert,
and many others. So let me go straight to what the person wrote in this chat room.
Correct.
Which Dr. Bolaji did not refute. Alvin T. Solomon Sr., a lead facilitator in Monserrate, says, in Notorious Bolaji's secret phone conversation, he mentioned that they already have a population for Liberia, which he explained that it is 6.5 million people. You know what this means, right, Notorious Bolaji? Do you remember what you said concerning the aptitude test that was administered, Notorious Dr. Bolaji? So that is what was written.
So hold on now. Hold on. Let's ask you some questions now. Dr. Bolaji, you guys term him as Notorious. Avin calling him Notorious Dr. Bolaji. Why?
Because I think you know the story about the census aptitude test that brought a lot of confusion everywhere, where people went to and start the test, and at the end of the day, those who did not see the test names were being placed out for the main test. And among other things, Dr. Bolaji decided to be indecent in the words of Ivy and legs of other people, because you see there's another guy here called Henry Addison and many others. So that was why the guys felt that the way Dr. Bolaji spoke with them wasn't necessary, and they decided to expose what Dr. Bolaji had initially said to them. So that is the background behind this write-up.
Thank you. Fagon, let me bring you in. Fagon. The folks that are accusing Dr. Bolaji, 6.5 million, the census result, and it's going to explain that further. But what do you make about this text message?
Stanton, I'm still in some of the government chat rooms, but they don't know my name in those chat rooms. The chat rooms sometimes become a place for gossips. Real talk you find in the chat room that you will not find outside. They bring it in the chat room for discussion, and people back off. What you saw, what you read in the chat room is the conversation in the back. But it laid the groundwork for the numbers that these people want to put together and give to the Liberian people that will look like what's his name just said. Okay? He said he was almost correct. How you derive at that number? There's such a number to people.
We are
like
losing
Alex.
you, Fago. We are losing you. You're in and out. Are you using the earpiece? Yeah, you are in and out.
Let me correct that situation. Go on. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, thank you. Alex, come on. Alex, why are they pointing to 6.5? My next question to you.
So while they are pointing to 6.5, the next exhibit will explain. So please go to the next exhibit, James. See, what you are seeing is what the population of Liberia actually looks like. That is what you are seeing. What I did tonight was to do a comparative demographic analysis of Liberia population using the mapping household data that we just did for the census, comparing it with the 2008 population, also taking into consideration the average household size for the 2016 household income and expenditure survey, the average household size for the mapping exercise, and that of the pre-test. Now, when we do a comparative demographic analysis of this, we can see that the population of Liberia is between 6.4 million and that of 6.2 million. Any population that the census will give Liberia that will be less than 6 million will not be the actual population of Liberia. And these people know that because they know from various censuses done all around the world that the mapping population and that of the enumeration population must be strongly correlated, meaning they must be closer to one another. And so because what they have done, it is not closer to the 6.4 million population that was estimated by the census mapping exercise. So they are now manipulating the data to reach to something closer to that. I can confirm to you that the actual counting of the population ended on the 21st of December. But after it ended on the 21st of December, the population that they gathered was just 4.4 million. Now, nobody can go and tell the Liberian people that the population of Liberia was 4.4 million. So what they now have to do is to do what they call quote-unquote mock-up exercise.
Alex, let pause here. No. You are calling numbers. We just cannot fly through. Go back again. Your last line. You are saying that it ended on the 21st.
On the 21st, you heard him.
And the result was 4.4 million. Where are you getting that information from, Alex? Where?
Now, let me say this to you. The creator or the creature cannot be more than the creator. The creature can never be more than the creator.
You gotta repeat that thing again.
The creature can never be more than the creator.
Can never. What do I mean? Today, for the very first time in the history of Liberia, we are having a digital census. All thanks to God, my fellow colleagues, but led by the Deputy Statistician General of the Republic of Liberia, Alex Williams, who transitioned Liberia census from PAPI to CAPI, that is from paper and pen to computer-assisted personal interviewing. The dashboard you are using today, who led the construction and building of the dashboard? So there's nothing that you think will go on the dashboard or that can go on the dashboard or that you can manipulate that Alex Williams will not have. Besides and beyond, the individuals you are working with are people who respect us and who know our ability. And so you can even fire the entire legends, but we will still have information. So that is why I mean when I say the creature cannot be more than the creator.
Wow. Fagon, you already know, before I bring in Fagon though, so answer my question. Where are you getting the 4.4 million from?
So I am saying to you, the 4.4 million was on the dashboard at the end of the census, quote unquote, end of census count.
Which is the 21st of December.
On the 21st, where everybody said, we finish counting, and we finish tabulating all the results. A meeting was held in Lagos in the night hour on the 22nd after the it was ended on the 21st. It is from that meeting and that dashboard that we gathered the information from.
Wow.
But CEO, it's important that you display this particular, because there's something I want to say about it also.
We'll hang with you tonight. The Liberian people want to hear you. So pause a little bit. Let me bring in Fagon. Go ahead, Minister Fagon.
The creature cannot be more than the creator. This man set up a system, created a system, put in password, copy IP address. And he sits in an advanced country where just like the other people can log in, he can log in. He can see the dashboard. He created it. And you say, oh, because to say he let it, man. Yeah, the man go sit down. But the man, the other man, one of the only men that government spend money on to educate in the areas of census. You and I know census. Look at the call the calls you're receiving. The second pass to know whether people have result. The people call again and say, well, now, they didn't check all that result we see. Look at the people, the percentage of people that were not counted, 77%. Which means my ugly math tells me that for every one person they counted, 3 was left out. Alex, correct me now. Because 23% now different from 25%. For every one person.
3.4 were left out.
Yeah. So if 77% of the people were left out, then what kind of number you can get us? What number will you get us?
But Fagon, let me ask you a question, though, and we're bringing Alex to continue, Fagon. So that board was Fagon, our 2008 census, what was the number that we all go back to, Alex?
3,476,608.
Yes.
If that is true, 2008, 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 13.
Approximately 14 years.
15, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
14 years.
14 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you said the number what? 3 point what?
3,476,600, approximately 3.5 million.
So the Liberian population in 14 years just went up about a million?
No, it went up. Oh, yeah. That's what it's saying.
If what you're saying is true, Fagon, as per the math, Liberia population just went up by a million, 14 years.
Which is not true. And it can never be true. Because we all know what the facts are. I was trying to get my notes relative to that. If I can find it, I'll be able to tell you. Because every 8 years, before then, they had the census, we saw a steady progress of an increase in population as we went along from the very first census. So there is no way we could just increase by 1 million in population. Absolutely not.
Fagon, just to go back, no, we'll come back. Let me allow Alex to flow because the folks want to hear from Alex, the word with Alex. So let's move on now. 4.4 on the 21st of December. You are saying the census ended. They had a meeting. The result showing on the dashboard of 4.4. Continue, sir.
Okay, but before I continue, CEO, please ask James to bring back that projection that I gave him.
James is hearing you. Just ask him. He's hearing you.
Yeah, James. So please put the last exhibit you just please put it on. But yes, this. But let me also say this before even going into this, that the population census conducted in 2008. One thing you also need to remember: we had just come from war. There were a lot of Liberians out of the country that migrated to Liberia after the census. And so there's absolutely no way we can have a population increase by less than, because it will be even less than 1 million. That's the first thing I want to. But on this slide, you are seeing the population per county. And on the slide, you will see that it is estimated that the least populated county in Liberia after the census will either be Riverside, Bapolu, or Grand Crew. If you do the census accurately, you will either have Riverside, Bapolu, or Grand Crew with the least population. And obviously, it's something that you cannot argue. The population residing in Nema and that of Monserrado constitute over 50% of Liberia population. Just those two counties. Nema and Monserrado constitute over 50% of Liberia population. Now, if there is a small problem, even a 5% problem in Monserrado County, you can imagine the effect such a problem will have on the entire census result. And I can say to you firmly here that as we speak, almost the entire Pinsway belt has not been counted. People currently are in Louisiana and other places. In fact, 400 persons as we speak are currently sitting in a room in 4 different locations adding numbers for Monserrado because Monserrado was a complete mess. The Speaker of the House, Honorable Buffer Chimo, I don't know whether he reside in GSA, but where he resides in GSA, right behind that entire community, almost everyone there has not been counted. And you can open the phone line, CEO. And the reason I say what I say is because I see what I see. And that is why I'm confidently able to say what I say and challenge whoever I can challenge. And so you see the difference between, you see a complete analysis of what Liberia population should actually be and what Liberia population ought to be and what Liberia population was. And so there is absolutely no way these people will provide a result of 4.4. And like Falcon said, they are aware that some of us are here and will X-ray these results. And so they cannot come out to just give a number. That's the sticky issue for which the Liberia population census result has not been out yet because they know they cannot easily put a fake number out. But the truth is that they are constrained now to put a fake number out in the soonest possible time. And one thing I also want to say to you before we go to the next slide is that I need to encourage the vice president to do the most honorable thing. CEO, imagine I came on your platform in April of last year, and I said people were stealing alleges and that generator were bought with all following the PPCC process. And LSCC went and investigated. If LSCC would have come up with a report and say what LS said was untrue, today I would lose my credibility. In fact, nobody will want to listen to me and say that. If the vice president, who is the second person in our country, will come out and say that a result will be announced on the 27th and it cannot be announced, can we say the vice president is misleading the country? Or what then can we say? But I would want to encourage the vice president tonight, because the last time I came on this platform, I was more diplomatic with the vice president. I want to appeal to her tonight and inform her tonight that in her born county, in Swakoko district to be precise, there is a district called Bosnia. And those who from born county can tell you that entire place in Swakoko as a whole, not more than 30% of the population have been counted in Swakoko district. And so let the vice president focus on ensuring that her county is counted accurately, rather than providing information that at the end of the day will turn out to be true. Then people will start to question her credibility, which we all respect and we love her as a mother. That would be my appeal to her. But let's switch to the main issues where we have the evidence to present to the
Before we do that, Alex,
to show to the world that people are manipulating the results.
Alex, before we do that, let's remain with the vice president for a minute. Don't you think you think she was deceived, or they are deceiving her? They are lying to her because she trusted them, though. You think they are giving her the accurate information? We're not hearing you, Alex. You muted.
Okay, let me say this to you. The vice president is no stranger to Lawrence George. The vice president, as a matter of fact, one of which I commended her the very first time was that when she heard and had reliable information that Lawrence George was involved into criminality. When Lawrence George went to Legis, Lawrence George was using the MPP pickup provided by the vice president. As a matter of showing that she was serious in fighting corruption, she took that MPP pickup from Lawrence George. So she's aware that Lawrence George cannot be trusted, and she knows the history of Lawrence George. So if knowing who Lawrence George is, and still the vice president repeatedly, because this is not the first time I've heard the vice president say everything is well, the census is on course. If the vice president would be repeatedly saying such a thing, what it brings to mind is that the vice president now, apparently because of politics, will not want to be saying the truth, which the vice president must desist from, because the vice president is being respected highly like people like me. And the world and other people see the vice president in a different limelight. And that's why I'm encouraging the vice president today to focus more on trying to ensure that her people in Bond County are actually counted, rather than informing the Liberian people that everything is okay and that the result will be announced when she herself is aware that everything is not okay. Because the vice president has been going to Legis for a number of times now. So I'm certain the vice president is aware with the issues that are going on there.
Hold on, do you have a question before Alex continue?
What question can I ask Alex? What question? I mean, what can you say to this brother? What question can you ask him? Alex, can you revive the census?
Let me ask you the question. Let me ask you the question before I go. You think the vice president has been deceived, though? Knowing everything we know now, and you know, she went in there, met the partners, went in there, met those guys from Legis. She gave full assurance. She came on Spoon Talk. She spoke to the nation. She said it will pass international standard. It would meet international standard. Census will be successful. The money were given to them. Everything is good. But here we are, though. Today is the 6th. No preliminary results. After she promised that on the 27th, they will be putting out preliminary. You think somebody within Legis deceiving, lying to the vice president?
Here is what I think. The vice president boss left the country for 48 days. She stepped into a role that she was not prepared for. The mess was left for her. But knowing what we know now, after she said we will get results by the 27th, knowing what we know now, not from Alex, you open your phone lines, and we have talked to people, our own family and everything. Knowing what we know now, if she comes back on this Legis issue, she will lose her credibility. She will be excused for trying to fill the gap as a deputy. The mess was left to her. But the owner of the mess is back in town. You turn his thing over to him and you relax, because it has to do with integrity and credibility. You heard the people. This census is a complete fiasco. And they were warned by Alex, by you, by me. Suspend this thing for 2 weeks and get it straight. They said no. So now we have the mess. It's on the government. But I'll be fast to add, CEO, this embarrassment will cost us dearly. You know why? Because you need the data to do redistricting. You need the data to form the basis for your electoral map. All of that will be put aside. And now we have to live with the embarrassment. But if she gets back to answer your question, you say, oh, no, she failed the seat. But if she comes back again, then it will be an issue of integrity.
Thank you. Let me bring in Kev. Thank you for joining us, Dr. Richardson. Thank you. Alice, continue, please. Let's see more of your exhibit, and we'll bring the rest of the guys in to speak on this issue. Continue, Alex.
Okay, so CEO, I send you a lot of counties. In fact, I told you there are 7 counties, excluding Monserrado, where people are now sitting in rooms and just adding numbers. I send you videos about Maryland, about Riverside, about Bond County, Papulu, River G, Grenku, Dima, and so forth. Which county will you want us to go to start to display the evidence?
Just tell him to put anyone up.
Hello?
Just
okay, so maybe we start with River G. Can you go to the next exhibit? It's an audio, so that you listen to what is happening.
I told you to send me the exhibit 6 audio through email. It is not opening from my end.
It's not going through email, James.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It's not opening from my website.
Alex, play. If you can play from your end, play it, please.
Okay,
just bring it close to your device microphone. Just say close. We'll find how to hear it.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to do right now. So exhibit. Are you getting it?
Did you send it to me?
No. Yeah, I sent it to you. I sent it to you. You see exhibit 6.
I'm not seeing it, Alex. If you send it to me, I'm going to go ahead and play it from my end. Can you resend it, please?
Okay, I sent it to you.
You just
I can resend to you.
Yes, resend it, please.
No, I sent it long ago.
Please
resend let me try to send it again.
So let's go ahead, because you know we're running on
time. I just sent it.
Yes, I'm downloading it.
Just give us an insight of what happened on the audio.
No, I got it. Let it play. I got it. Go ahead. Listen, I'm understanding it. I'm not understanding it. Nobody.
All right, so in that audio recording, the individual is saying or explaining a process called quote unquote mop-up exercise. You know, we're doing a lot of mop-up now.
Why can't you play the video itself? Is that a video?
Okay, yes, I think that is something I can do from my end.
Yeah, just play the video himself, because it's open now. There's no need to hide anything. Eugene,
okay, I cannot find it. I will explain it. And
that's
I think
the video. Bring it back on.
That is one you send me. I can find it and play it.
No, leave it. Don't indict.
Yeah, they've been trying to protect it. That's it, right?
No, it's important. It's important you leave it as it is.
Okay, we'll leave it there.
Yeah, you know, you have to protect your source.
Okay, go ahead.
So in that audio, you will listen clearly a plan that has been detailed by one of the colleagues, where the latest has dispatched people in 7 counties that I just laid out to do what they call quote unquote mapping or mopping up exercise for the census. That mopping up exercise is that after they got the total enumeration from all of the places and realized it was 4.4, They now decided that they will take people in various counties to go and sit down and add numbers.
Alex, sorry to interrupt you. We are on Spoon. We have to play. It will be unique. It will be unique for us to play. Because you know what, James, hold on 1 minute. No, we're not hearing you, Fagon. We are not hearing you, Fagon. What are you saying? Yeah, because you know what, guys, we don't want to be the bearer of gossip news.
But this is about country.
Okay, this is about Liberia. I'm sorry to those involved. It was sent to me. I will play it as it is, and that will be fair. James, play it.
Now, for the now, population in this year, I don't call it years. You're not melody.
Show now.
Huh?
This is not what I want to show. We'll play that one. I was talking about the audio. I thought you wanted to play the audio as it is.
Okay, James, play the audio as it is. Send me the audio again, and we'll play the audio as it is.
So let's leave the audio and we'll play it. We'll come to the next exhibit.
I must play the audio as it is. Please.
Okay, so James, you can go to that exhibit that you are just playing, that video.
Yeah, go to that video. We gotta show the people everything.
For the now, population in this year, I don't call it years. You're not melody Christian. That's it. You're not a melody church EA. Okay, locality. The EME is United Melody Church EA. Now, in this EA, the census mapping we've got 949 in our EA. But then the person doing the census, they got 199. You understand? So that's the difference we want to add to this EA. You understand you understand the budget?
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps doing the household listening, the person capture the numbers. But then doing the enumeration, because enumeration still long, I know the whatever. So we're doing, and we're doing editing and ensuring those numbers there. That's what we want to do here. You understand? So what we do now, so when you subtract now and 109 from 949. What would be?
So hold on 1 minute, guys. Let's pause. James, pause it. Okay. Let's pause this real quick. It is important. I want you to lay this thing out because I want Liberian to understand. Everybody that is in this video, right? Tell us who are they, what are they doing, what this gentleman trying to do. Then we'll play the video in its entirety. It is important.
I will appeal to you. CEO.
Alice, this is not about you now. We're moving.
But man, why I can't watch the video on my screen? Go back to yourself.
Alice, we're moving now. There's no need to appeal. This is what we need to do to help Liberia. Tell us what's going on in that video, please.
That's what I'm saying. I will appeal to you. You finish playing the video and then we explain in detail what the video represents.
My man, I can't see the video. I will leave you here.
Now your business, you better go get good internet. You do not have no internet.
You hear myself talking. Yesterday, you went and took the video for that.
The video coming up again. Alex, James, play the video again. I will send you the video. You want
for the now. Population in this E. I don't call it E. United Melody Christian. That's it. United Melody Church EA. Okay, locality. The EME is United Melody Church EA. Now, in this EA, the census mapping we've got 949 in our EA. But then the person doing the census, they got 199. You understand? So that's the difference we want to add to this year. You understand the budget? Yeah. Okay. Perhaps doing the household listening, the person capture the numbers. But then doing the enumeration, because enumeration still long, I know the whatever. So we're doing editing and ensuring those numbers there. That's what we want to do here. You understand? So what we do now, so when you subtract now and 109 from 949. and 49. What will be 50?
900 is a try 199.
Okay, so does that mean
that is nobody going to property?
Yes. And no more. You understand? That's the number. So that's how I want you to get very many going for the ship. They will carry the ship back, but I don't want you to get the idea. So when you do it, some is not too bad. Like this, let me see. The person got. Look at the thing the person doing the census. Doing the mapping, the person we got let's say 1,047 for that year. No, 147 we got. Yeah, 147.
1,047, Chief.
Yeah.
1,047.
Yeah, okay. Okay, 7 here. And you see, so these are the mistakes.
Discrepancy.
So wow. So you see what the person doing to your own country is reducing your population. So when the result comes, the people feel less popular. Maybe even if you have to see them are taking.
They will take over them.
Yeah, they might take over because their population is less.
Damn it! Political genius. And I told you about redistricting. That offensive is shaking your head. And I told you about the redistricting. Y'all will cry. You heard what the man said in the end? Even if y'all get 3 seats, they will take it. Because y'all
hold on 1 minute. Hold on 1 minute, Fagon, hold on 1 minute. I beg you guys. Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
You're not receiving the call again.
Now let me explain this.
I'm sorry, I received no calls, but it's important for us to do this. Alex, I know you will come in. Some of our folks just joined us. We're going to play the video again. I want you guys to pay attention. You on the radio line, please listen. It is important. This video, the government must act. This video, the government must do something. The manipulation and what is happening in this video, that's why we are playing it. And we'll tell you the location of the video, individuals in this video. Listen. I know it's horrible, but we must play it one more time for the sake of our audience and those in the radio line. I want you to watch. I want you to observe everything. I want you to listen. Please, it is important. James, play it one more time, please.
Now, 149 population in this year. I don't call it years, United Methodist Christian. That's it, United Methodist Church EA. Okay, locality. The EA is United Methodist Church EA. Now, in this EA, the census mapping we got 949 in that year. But then the person doing the census, they got 199. You understand? So that's the difference we want to add to this year. You understand? You understand the budget?
Yeah.
Okay. Perhaps doing the household listening, the person capture the numbers. But then doing the enumeration, because enumeration still long, I know the whatever. So we're doing, and you're doing your editing and ensuring those numbers there. That's what we want to do here. You understand? So what we do now, so when you subtract now and 109 from 949. What will be 50?
900 is a try 199.
Okay, so does that mean
that is nobody going to property?
Yes. And no more. You understand? That's the number. So that's how I want you to get very many going for the ship. They will carry the ship back, but I don't want you to get the idea. So when you do it, some is not too bad. Like this, let me see. The person got. Look at the thing the person. doing the census, doing the mapping, the person we got let's say 1,047 for that year. No, 147 we got. Yeah, 147.
1,047, Chief.
Yeah.
1,047.
Yeah, okay. Okay. 7 here. And you see, so these are the mistakes.
Discrepancy.
So wow. So you see what the person doing to your own country is reducing your population. So when the result comes, the people will be less popular. Maybe even if you have to see them are taking.
They will tell you.
Yeah, they might take one because your population is less.
Alex.
Let me sound across before
Alex,
you talk.
You are muted. Talk to us.
Are you hearing me?
Yes.
So, you don't see, the reason I brought this video, and before bringing this video, you remember I showed you the 2008 population page 5 final report. And I show you something very important. I show you on that page, if you can bring it back, I show you on that page the estimated population for the mapping that was done before the census in 2008. And I show you the actual census result after the counting in 2008. When you look at the difference between the two of them, is less than 1%. Now, these guys know the mapping population we have for this 2022 census is 6.4 million. 6,431,842 people in Liberia. So they know fully well that they have to bring a number that is closer to that number. Now, to do that, they have to manipulate the result, because after the counting, like I told you, only 4.4 they could have received. Now, for River G, for example, to be specific, only less than 40% of the population in River G was counted. Now, I brought another slide that I show you the population as of this year, 2022, talking about last year. If you look at the population of River G population should be around 130,000 people. But after the counted in River G and the ended, the population was less than 40,000. Now you should know also that there is a threshold, I think, of 40 or 45,000 for representation. So obviously you cannot say the population of River G is less than 40,000, where it means already only one representative coming from there. And they will not agree with such a result.
Let's talk about, Alex, let's leave this all upside of this result per county. Let's talk about this video. What these guys and the gentleman, who is he? Is he the supervisor? Is he one of the lead? Who is that gentleman that giving the story and directing the folks?
So just go to the next exhibit while I talk about this video.
Call the exhibit. James will put it up.
Exhibit number 7. These are the people who are in that room that you are seeing on this exhibit number 7. They are Victoria Barclay. There's only one female there. Her phone number is there, 0888-986-991. There is Victor, T. Sawolo, Paul Setu, Melvin Snare, Lawrence Mountain, Paul Dwell, and the rest of the guys, Kato, Sempi, and whosoever. These were the people you see in that room, and these are the phone numbers. In fact, on that day, which was the 27th of December, Same people was working on EA in a place called Florocan. Florocan is in River G, in EA 001. Samson P. Yimpa was working on an EA called Taken Public School. And another person, Carter, was working on EA Konorowen or Konoroke. Now, let me tell you what they were doing. Let me explain that video. After the census, and what villages did was that the total population they got from each enumeration area plus the total population that should have been there for the mapping, they went and put, you see the mapping population listed per EA, and you see the census population listed per the enumeration. You also see in another column is the difference. Now they send the guy who you saw explaining in that video name is Boeka Sheriff. Boeka is a GIS officer working with villages, assigned with villages. Boeka Sheriff was sent from Monrovia along with a data processing guy called Abraham Colley. These two persons were sent to River G specifically to hire 10 persons. Those 10 persons, they took them into the River G Service Center. That place, that video you see there, those people are seated in River G County Service Center in the conference room. Now, what these people were instructed to do is this. You look at the population, for example, you listen to the man in the video talking about a particular enumeration area that had a population of 949 during the mapping exercise. And after they went and did the actual counting, the population reduced to 199. When you subtract, the difference is 750. What that means is that that person who worked in that particular enumeration area only did approximately 19% count or coverage of that particular area. 19 out of 100. So you will see there's a disparity of 79% difference, which is 750 persons missing. So those 10 persons who were recruited, their responsibility would be to add those people who are missing from each of the enumeration area. Now, how are they going to add these people? When you open the census questionnaire, the very first thing you have to do is to go to the household listing form. Now, because this is a digital census, each of the structures where people live in have a particular GPS coordinate. Now, these people don't want to go back to the various houses to count these people again because they know it will take another long time and it will cost a lot of money. So they want to shortcut the process. So they get these 10 persons. For example, in the case of River G, they are seated in the county service center. So the man will take, for example, this particular enumeration area. He goes to the household listing. Because we already have the GPS coordinate for each of the structure, he will go and start adding household in each of the structures. For example, if there are 5 structures, structure number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. In structure number 1, for example, is a rental house. In that rental house, there is 3 family or 3 household heads that we gather from the mapping exercise. When they went to do the actual count, there was only 1 person they got. So what that means, there's a difference of 2 persons, and we already know that from the mapping. So that guy who's sitting in the service center will go to that particular structure rather than add household number 2, household number 3, to reach it to the 3 that we got from the mapping exercise. Now, those 2 households that he will add, we only know the household head name. We don't know all of his dependent name. So the guy goes and put the household head name and decide whatever population he want to put there, maybe 4, 5, 10, whatever. He put that number there as the household number.
So we understand, Ellis, please. So now the guy is trying to create shortcut. Why? Why are they creating? Okay.
They have to,
go ahead.
Because they have to give a number. Because they don't want at the end of the day to say what Ellis said was true.
Who sent them?
Those people were sent by Lawrence George and Dr. Bolaji, the chief technical advisor from UNFPA for the census, according to reliable information that we have gathered. You saw, I show you in one of the exhibits in the chat room that Dr. Bolaji said the population was 6.5, and they know that it's close to 6.5. So you have to get a number closer to that. And so you have to find a shortcut.
Is this okay? Let me bring the other guys to ask question. Alex, just pause a little bit. Let's ask you some question. Let Kev Hassan and Fagon make some comment here because it's disturbing, folks. It is disturbing. I mean, you got the video. James will put it on our page. Go on the Spoon Network page. You will watch the video. But this is disturbing. To manipulate the system, to come up with a result. And I hope the president and folks in the government are understanding what is happening. Is this the result we are waiting for, Honorable Fagon? Is this the result that the VP, anticipating?
Honestly, CEO, at this point, I yield my time to Kev.
Kev, please.
I would say hi to everybody and on the show.
We're not hearing you, Kev. Can you come closer to your microphone, please?
Are you hearing me now?
It's better. It's better.
Yeah, I'm saying hi to everybody on the show. I came late because I have some stuff to do. But let me say this. From my end, the VP, she was on this show. I choose to go with what the VP said on the show, and I personally not going to want to take anything from what Alex is saying, because basically what I'm getting here, Alex seems to me that he hiked the system and getting result because it's no more there. And what he's showing, the stuff that he's showing is illegal from somebody who's hiking the system. If he was in Liberia, I would want to question him and see what he's doing by hacking the system. And if I was in the authority, they hacked the system, will cuff him, and then send him to court by illegally hacking the system. So I will not pick credence to someone hacking the system, bringing it up and explain it because it's not there. So I will speak and I will go by what the VP said. I respect the vice president. She's an honorable woman. Will not come on a national, reputable platform to say something that is not right. And I believe her. I will stick with her. I will go with her. And that's my point. I don't have no.
Let me ask you. Thank you. Let me ask you my next question, Kev. Let me ask you my next question, Kev. You watched the video. Do you have anything to say about the video?
I am not going to pay no credence to a hike system or something that I know that he obtained illegally. I am not going to pay no attention.
Thank you, Dr. Rich. Thank you, Kev. Dr. Rich is saying, it's good to have you, Dr. Rich is saying. Thanks.
Can I say something? I was not used totally.
No, hold on. After Dr. Richardson, we'll come to you, Fagon. Dr. Richardson is good. I beg you, Fagon. I beg you. After Dr. Richardson, we'll come to you. Dr. Richardson, you watched the video. This is disturbing. Something is just not right. Legis is disappointing. What say you, Dr. Richardson?
So, I just been saying I started my soul. Census said when I start by saying so, it's almost like I'm in class, in the classroom. But I was listening to the show on my way home. I got stuck in traffic, and I was in the car with about 4 young people who were giving me a lift home. And they're all fans of the show, so they put the show on. And I've never really met these young people. They were just giving me a lift home. And I asked them, did anybody go and check your home? Was the census conducted at your home? And 1 out of the 4 persons said someone checked their home. So when I hear or watch a video tape that discuss some sort of manipulation of the numbers, it is concerning to me, and for multiple reasons. One is the importance of the census. The census is going to dictate to us representation of people in different districts. And one of the things I heard someone say, if we decrease the number in a certain district, that means that that whole area wouldn't be represented fairly. So that is concerning to me politically, because it's a way for someone to maintain power. Okay, what I have to do is just say, one less person in Piedmont County, because I don't like that political party's district. I don't like that. Maybe that person is representing a party that I don't like. So we can just manipulate the numbers and say, oh, the district didn't get fair enough numbers to qualify to be a district, so you can eliminate the district. So that's suggested to me. The second thing is will tell us where we need to develop, areas in which we need to develop. If you manipulate the numbers, it's not going to tell you fairly where you need to develop. You could say, well, we're school here because, we are losing you.
Dr. Richardson, I'm sorry, your internet is so bad. It's kind of terrible. If you can hear us, probably rejoin, and then we'll bring you back on place. Honorable Fagon, can you? I hope that's correct.
It's okay. This is really interesting.
You are breaking up. You're trying to say something, but you're breaking up. We hope you can rejoin later, and then we'll bring you back on if you can hear us, please. Honorable Fagon.
Well, I would have loved for you, because my brother said what the VP said was true, it's credible. He believed her, and somehow it did happen. I don't know if you guys actually played the video for him to listen, that the census, the first results would have been in by the 27th. That's what the vice president said, correct?
You can call James. You can call James for the video if you want us to play, and he will play it.
James, if you are there, can you play the video so my brother can listen to it? And then I will go while James is looking for the video. I blew the whistle on neck taking down. Go ahead.
I don't know for the now. Population in this category is United Methodist Christian. That's
not the video, that the VP video we're talking about.
I'm very happy about the census result. I promise you on Tuesday the results will be public. We'll also make it public by sending it to the media, so you'll get some numbers yourself and see where we are.
So on Tuesday it'll be public, and do you think we have increased in numbers?
I'm not sure. Let's wait and see. I believe there are many babies.
Okay.
Or what I believe we are going across the $5 million mark, because when you travel, that's all you see, little babies everywhere. So the preliminary numbers will come up on the 27th, and then when the map up is finished over the next 2 weeks in January, before the president makes his State of the Union, I think he will provide the final numbers, and then it will go to the legislature for the other agreements that we have to make. So I believe we would have done a very good job with the census, and the additional information we get will help all of us look more keenly about who's working, who's not, what the real numbers are. Then maybe Tom and myself can have a new conversation.
Okay, so clearly you see we've passed the 27th. Today is the 6th. And not only do we not have preliminary results, but the data on our own network that is praised so often for surveys and what have you shows that 77% of the people have not been counted. And I want to say, I blew the whistle when NEC took down the electoral map of 2017. I called on the US ambassador and the partners that I was smelling something. Today, I'm vindicated. The man in the video said, y'all see how the poor reducing your population? Y'all sit down there, y'all only get one representative. It's called redistricting. In political science, we look at it as gerrymandering. And we are talking political science here. We said this thing from the beginning, that this census was a flop, a complete fiasco. And this census was promoted to continue by political bigwigs whose intent is not to satisfy the standards set by UNFPA and others of the world. There is an electoral calabule in this thing. And so they are forcing it by all means when they should not. This is going to affect the country in more ways than one. This is a recipe for chaos and disaster. And those who make these funny calls to say, oh, this way, say it this way, say it that way, this video tells you. Yeah, we can say Alex Hack. Let's take that argument to say Alex Hack without admitting that he did so. How can Alex hack a video and put him being inside to talk Tabata? How can Alex hack a person mouth to put numbers in a mouth and do math? How can Alex hack when the people themselves talking their own thing and recording themselves? So that video, was it uploaded on the latest website? And then he went there and hacked it from there? We have to be careful. This is our country. We're not talking about the guns here today, because what we're hearing about the guns is bad. We're not talking about Western cluster, because just like the men presenting evidence, the evidences are so terrible. But 2023 is coming. I repeat, not 2023 is coming, I take it back. 2023 is here. 2023 is here. And I have every evidence to prove that we have taught Tabata when the special election came, the silent majority won. When the by-elections came, the silent majority won. When the midterm election came, the silent majority won. The presidential election is coming. I don't want to hear Tabata from people. And that's why when I sit Stanton on your network, I try to point out the bad things happening. So my party can see reason to correct it quick. But they can send people to attack me. This latest thing you see. Alex, before I close, help me. How much money was invested into this thing? Just estimate. How much money? You are muted.
I mean, when you are done, I will want to speak. But if you listen to the vice president, when the vice president was on your show and when she even went in Bonn for the New Year celebration, she said over 27 million. I'm quoting the vice president. And she said the government of Liberia provided 3 million. But I can confirm to you, as of the time I was there, the census was budgeted around 24 million, and the government provided 3.7 million. But I know obviously there must have been an increase because of all of the missteps.
Now you see, wasted money.
So before if I go on, let me move in this direction, please, because it's important for Alex to showcase here. That's the reason why. No, ain't no call business. This is very serious, Fagon. It is because I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed on the video I just saw. To tell you the truth, I want to go back to that video because folks need to understand that this video, you got Liberians. I want to go back to the video. Well, Alex, this guy worked for Legis. He's speaking to numerators. Am I correct? Those folks that were in the room, they are numerators, right?
They have been given a title called editor.
Editor, okay. Now, folks are texting me. They want you to tell us. So, what he's saying that add, subtract. Now we want the number to go up because they're going to take away one of your representatives. They're going to take away your hospital. They're going to take away your school. They're going to say you have low numbers. We want you to add. Alex, how many counties that those things happening in? How many area in Liberia? I want you to explain further on those things. It's important, please.
I can confirm to you, CEO, that is happening in 7 counties, excluding Monserrado. And those counties include Maryland, Riverside, Bonn County, Wapelou County, River G, Grand Coup County, Nimba, Monserrado, as well as Bombay. And all of these counties, these people started work, were dispatched on Christmas Day. And they started working on the 27th of December. You know, CEO, whenever I come on your network, I don't talk just because I want to talk. That is why I take my time before we start the show to send you exhibit or pieces of evidence. You know, Honorable Fagon have done justice already to the comment of Keith. So I will not go into detail into that, but let me say this quickly. You know, there is a French mathematician whose name was René Descartes. There is something in mathematics that is called the Cartesian plane. The Cartesian plane has 4 coordinates or quadrants. On the 3rd quadrant in the Cartesian plane, the X and the Y axis are both negative. If we were dealing with mathematics, that is where we would place Keith. Keith will be placed in the 3rd quadrant, where both the X and Y axis are negative. And the reason is very simple. Because Keith is seeing video. Keith is listening to the vice president. He's seeing people talking. But yet he says he chooses to believe the vice president. We cannot force Keith. You cannot take someone to the water and force them to swim. What we can say to Keith is that there are pictorial evidence, there are videos, there are audios from 7 counties that I told you I have 292 pieces of evidence of manipulation of the census result, ranging from corruption and whatever. And these things will be given to the library. Besides, on your show, you have opened the line, people call in. Apparently, maybe CEO, you are also manipulating those people or creating those human beings. Apparently, that is what was happening a few minutes ago. But yeah, Keith chose to do that. But I must say this also, Keith is that very important negative that is required to produce electricity, because you cannot have only positive on your show. So Keith is very important also on the shows to provide that negative aspect that is necessary for electricity. And so we'll always encourage our brother Keith to remain on the show as he's placed in the third quadrant, because it's also necessary and healthy for the conversation, because it is democracy. And we must have people from all sides.
Alex, so my question to you, trust me, this is not looking good. Sometimes, to tell you the truth, when you're coming on, I really don't know how you're coming. And I be praying to God that you're coming to give me good news. But it is embarrassing. Folks are still asking us to play the clip again. Those guys that are in the room, they are changing the numbers, Alex.
CEO, please play the next exhibit to see what those guys are doing.
Oh, play the next exhibit, James. James, play this thing. They are producing. It's not a CEO.
Exhibit 9.
James, hold on 1 minute. There's a new video. Is this new video? You didn't send me this one though.
I sent you it. You have it.
All right, go ahead. Play this, James. Play this. Wow. No audio, Alex? Is that how the video came? No audio? We're not hearing you. On mute.
Yes, I chose to play without audio.
I mean, don't kill us, man. The one you sent me had audio on it, right? I would use my non-partner thing on you. Oh, man, folks, there's a reason why he's not playing it with audio. But I would say this to every one of you, though. Is this a continuation of the video? Tell us what's happening in this video, please.
I would appreciate, CEO, if you play that particular video to the end.
Yeah, but we need audio, man. We're not
play that particular video to the end, and we'll explain to the people.
Okay, go ahead, James. Play it.
To carry on the intensive Saturday.
Lord, you forgive me. Remember, Fagon.
I beg you, don't come and eat.
Fagon. I beg folks. I pray, right?
I beg you.
Listen, this is not good.
I beg you,
This
don't call my name.
Not good, folks.
Me can't go walk up or say.
The amount of videos that I have and the manipulation and the changes in the numbers that is taking place, this is not good. I will openly tell everyone, I'm going to forward all these videos to the vice president. I'm doing it on the show. I'm going to do it. I hope the vice president can take her time to go through them. I'm saying this on national air. I'm going to forward all these videos to the vice president, and I hope she will take her time, go through them.
That's why I told her, don't come back again. Sit down.
I hope the vice president, with all due respect, will take her time to share this with the president. And as a matter of fact, I will say this also. I will forward it to the president. Say Stanton say. I will forward it to the vice president and to the president. So if they say they don't have it, no, that's a mistake. I'm sending it to them right now. These videos are horrible. These videos are terrible. These videos have put a dent, not even a dent, but a hole
Those people of creating those human beings.
in the process. Let's give Ellis the chance. I'm going to share this video with all lawmakers that I have as friends, all of the senators and the representatives, and I hope they can add the voices to the call, because this is what they need to do. I will say to every one of you, we will share this video on the Spoon pages as well. It is horrible. Stop playing with Liberians. Stop playing with our country. This is not right, folks. Alex, please continue. I got a video with the audio, and obviously, because of Alex's respect, I would do as it is. But I will send the video with the audio to the president, to the vice president, to those senators, that they can see, they can hear, and then maybe they will come up with a decision.
I will send it to the U.S. ambassador.
Go ahead, Alex. You are muted.
Please go to Exhibit 10.
James, can you go to Exhibit 10? We are running against time. It's after 6.
Okay, CEOs. So, you see, 2019, many people don't know. I resigned from the Census as Census Project Coordinator. In my communication, and I spoke to a few people, I said to them that if care is not taken with the census, the country might go into chaos. We all pray for peace. We all want Liberia to be on course. But what has happened to Liberia in the census is disturbing. Article 80C of our Constitution, CEO, requires that every Liberian citizen must be registered in a constituent. They must be registered in a constituent. As we speak to you, there is no constituent legally for the 2023 elections. Because if you read Article 80E of our Constitution, it says immediately following a national census and before the next election, the Election Commission shall reapportion the constituency in accordance with the new population figure. You have to reapportion constituency before you even begin voter registration, because the law says people must register where they are supposed to vote. Please take that day, exhibit down. People must register where they are supposed to vote. The legislature, before even voter registration, the legislature must receive the population figure final report and use that report to set what is called threshold to determine the number of electoral districts across the country. It is after that threshold has been set, it is being given to the National Elections Commission to now go ahead using the cartographic mapping exercise data and the census data to now do a portion of the burial constituency.
Redistricting.
Les Fagon said in political science and in statistics, there's something called gerrymandering. Gerrymandering is manipulating the census data for political reasons or interest. You have a situation now as I speak to you that the population of Grand Coup is 2 times the population of Maryland. They cannot come up with such a report because in statistics or demographics, there's something we call the pull and push factors that lead people to move from one place to another. You will agree with me with no doubt that in Maryland, there are more concessions and there are more economic activity as opposed to Grand Coup. And even the data will display to you. So how is it possible that Grand Coup is having almost 2 times the population of Maryland? And that is why when I listen to the Vice President during her visit to Bonn, during the New Year time, when she said that the census is the president's census, and as she also said on your show, the president will be the one to announce the final result, then I get baffled as a statistician. Because I challenge anybody to show me one country where they did the census and the president was the one who announced the final result. It has never happened. Census must be apolitical. Imagine the president announcing the final result. What will JMB, for instance, be saying? What will Mr. Alexander Cummings be saying? What will other people be saying? But when you manipulate the results and the country as a whole, you run the country into tata. Now we are few days to the election, if not weeks and months. You don't have a census result. Now, even if you have a census result that you are now manipulating, and we are seeing evidence of 7 counties, which I will send you all of the videos of those respective counties and audios and tenantship and names. Please tell me who is the lawmaker that is going to allow this county to be demarcated in accordance with your fake result that you have. Now, if that threshold cannot be set, it means the election can no longer be a constitutional election because you will not satisfy the constitutional requirement. And that is something, and that is one of the reasons why I get disappointed in even the opposition. That is why when I hear people say Ellis Reynolds have gone and joined ANC or joined Unity Party or somewhere, I'm joking and I'm laughing because the opposition have not lived up to her role as an independent opposition.
So we will come to Alex.
That should be checkmating these things.
Alex, let's stick to the census for a minute.
So let me say this to you, CEO. What has happened to the census is that it has not just affected development planning of the country. It has not just eroded the quality of the census that is necessary for development and planning, but it has also put the country into a political quagmire that we do not know what will happen to the country in a few days and weeks from now. That is why when I listen to the Election Commission and say they are going to start voter registration in March, I'm wondering, how are you going to start voter registration in March when there is no census result, threshold has not been set, no demarcation of electoral boundaries? you will be violating the Constitution. And only the people to tell of our people have the right to alter the Constitution in a referendum. And so these are some of the consequences that happen to the country when people refuses to listen to professional advice. When we advise these people, they didn't listen. They felt we're playing politics. They overlook us. They disrespected us. And today you have the outcome.
Thank you, Alex.
If you go and your mother needs a surgery and you take her to a capital shop for a capital to perform a surgery on her and start to pray that your mother will be successful in that surgery, you are joking.
Alex, let's move on. Let me bring the guys. We got to go to the phone line. It's 6:10. That will be 11:10 in Liberia. We want to say thank you very much, but you are not leaving yet because, again, those two videos speak volume. I can announce. I've asked James to put it on our page, but yet instead I have shared it with, I've sent it to the president, I sent it to the vice president, I sent it to some lawmakers, but it'll be on our page. If you want to see it, it's horrible, it's bad. You can go ahead and download it from our phone page, and you can have access to it. They are manipulating the result, the systems of the election, of the census. That's exactly what's happening. Listen to the audio portion of it. You're going to hear what you guys are saying, the way in which they can reconfigure the result and change things, and you decide. You, Liberian, decide. Prior to the conversation tonight, thank you for joining us as of October. It's good to have you. Prior to the conversation tonight, we went out and we took 26 calls. All of the 26 calls, 6 of the callers saying yes, we were counted. 20 said no, we have not even seen the folks yet. The VP came on the show and said, well, by the 27th, we'll get a preliminary result. 27 came, 27 gone. It's been since 10 days. We have not heard anything about preliminary result. Here we are, folks. Here we are. Let me bring in, again, before I get to you, Azivar, let me bring in Honorable Eugene Facon, Kev Hassan, and then then Azivar will finish up for us to move on. Fagon, you got your 1 minute, please.
Man, I don't even know what to say. So all that thing you were talking from the get-go, you, myself, Tomaling, I think you heard the vice president say she and Tomaling will have another discussion. So I don't know if she's ready now to face Tomaling on that discussion. But as you were talking, I started thinking about, what's her name? MC Carroll. And I'm not joking because I'm trying to block my mind. And I'm sure intelligent people like you know how to, you're hearing people talking, but you just don't want to hear it. Because what did we not say about this census? What did we not discuss? People wanted to beat us down. So let me say this, no disrespect. All credit to MC Carroll. But I think MC Carroll needs to have a remix. MC Carroll needs to do a remix for our country. And in that remix, her lyrics is supposed to go something like this. Call me babe, and you spare the country ray, so you will pay. Call me babe, and you spare, you say we stupid, so that your last day. Because you know what? 27 million just evaporated. Don't call it restroom. Don't call Western Cluster. Don't even dream about Asila Mito renewal. And I bring for you stupid. Because we won. CEO talk, Tomali talk, Francine talk, Ben talk, who he talk. Stay. People say they will not listen. Look at what we got. The question then will be, will our census meet international standards? If your guess is good as mine, The answer is no. Will we be able to uphold, protect, and defend our Constitution as enshrined in Article 80? The answer is no. If we hold elections in the absence of the Constitution, will it be legitimate? The answer is no. So we come here, Tabatana. I submit on that note. Call me Bay. Nobody's to pay, so you will pay. You see the brilliant man we send? We send him to school. How much we spent on him? About 25,000. He went. The people in the Czech Republic get a man resident status. Then they said, don't go back to that small country. Stay with us and help us here. He said, no, I'm going back home. He came back home, you're treating like trash. And you're 14 out. And now you're trying to do math. You even know that 1047, that 1047. You're looking at the zero, then you're acting like you can't see. That 147, that 147. I'm tired, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fagon. I mean, you're bringing up a very good point about the folks that serve as director for that project or what was going on. The math, they were off, but they are manipulating the system. Something is off. Something just not right. And I hope the government take this very seriously. Again, Monday, we'll play this again Monday. We invite Alex to come back Monday for the Monday morning or Monday evening program, because it is very important. Let me remind you, folks, the president will be giving his State of the Nation address this month. I must remind you, heard what the VP said. They want the president to announce the census result. With everything you have just seen, with all the petition trying to figure out numbers, you decide, should the president announce the result? Will it meet international standard? Is this what we want for Liberia? I will keep Kev for last, but let me bring in Mr. Isaac Vatupa. Can you unmute, Isaac?
Yeah, good evening to the panelists. Special good evening to Kev, because Kev, you can hear me?
Yes, you're good.
Yeah, special good evening to Kev, because he looks really miserable. Good evening to the audience. You know, at some point we gotta respect competence, education, capability. This young man on your show been talking about these issues for years. Like he said, from 2019. He's been giving a warning, the caution, the information, everything. But nobody wants to listen because they want to do things their own way. They want to be corrupt. And the thing about a national census, when you do it, it's a national treasure that carries you for 10 years. In our case, most recently, from 2018 to 2022, it carried us for 14 years. So if you have a government that's not responsible, like this government is very unresponsible, you have to use that data probably longer. So that's why it's critical to do it the right way. I don't know if we can come one day and walk through the census so you can see the different demographics information that is being extracted from people when they do the census interview. When they do that pre-census where they get an idea of the household and the overall numbers, the expectation is that when these people who are now trained to go in and do the actual enumeration in their own respective areas, they will really go to those households, break them down, because one structure can have 5 households. Let's say you have a rental house, you have an apartment building, whatever. You can have multiple households. So the difference between what those guys actually counted and what was in the pre-assessment, you can see how significant it is. So for the vice president to have come and say everything was going well and that the president will announce it, that's the height of sycophancy. And Joel is somebody who I went to school with, Joel in the 10th grade or in the 12th grade. It is the height of sycophancy. You can't do that kind of stuff. You can't play with the people information. You can't play with the people mindset just to satisfy the ego of a president for him to announce something. It's even unprofessional for him to announce it. He's not supposed to be announcing technical results. He can just say we had a successful census. But why should it be him? It's every day got to be about him. This country is for all of us, and we got to change that mindset. We got to look at performance and capability. You know, the census has been obvious from day one that the census was going to be a flop. It's good that we have it on tape. And the thing is, the people were not hiding what they were doing. They were all across the country in all these service centers doing this tabletop census editing. You don't do census like that. So, you know, I don't know where we are with some of the other things. Like I was interested in the whole thing with you know, the Vedanta, the Sisa Goa mining operation are going on. I know it kind of close to my man Fagon Hart with the whole bombing situation. But where are we with that? I mean, is this government or government that cares for its people? The technical stuff, you mess it up. The economic stuff, you mess it up. The social stuff, you mess it up. The mental health rehabilitation, you mess it up. The opportunities for Liberians, you mess it up. So how does this government care for its people? At what point do we say this government is just useless as a people and, you know, make that firm decision? We'll not even go back and forth. There is no possibility for them to change to make anything better for us. It's obvious in every way possible is there. So I just don't understand how some people, especially Kefir, can try to rationalize the incompetence, the stealing, the negligence, the inefficiencies that this government exhibits on a daily basis. It just, you know, I don't know if Kev can even sleep because when he got to be dreaming, hey, I did Labrampo, why doing that? What will happen with me? That's what can happen. Because when we look at our country and we look at the potential and we look at all the different studies on our minerals, on what we actually have there. I think you just want to show the other day. We got multiple mineral in our soil. But when they say they got iron ore contract, they only focus on the iron ore. Whatever else they're mining is like we have no say to it. And we don't do any value addition in our country. So we don't even separate that ore to know what's there, what's not there. So we are losing billions of dollars by just being an extractive economy. And until we can look at ourselves as Liberian people and want to do better for the normal person, that they can benefit from this bounty that God has given us, we'll not be able to be successful.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Thanks a lot. Kev?
Guys, like I always said on this platform, and I believe I have a group of intelligent guys on this platform, you know, maybe excluding the CEO, and I repeat, excluding the CEO. I know everybody on this platform want to play politics on this, but I'm from the practice of being there and going back. You know, CEO, can you mute a little bit? You know, I'm from a practice of, you know, and of, you know, going back to things and checking. I know folks, especially, I don't know why my brother Isaac took, I don't know why you guys do have ANC party, because I don't think you guys need to be a party, because if I were in the ANC, the first thing I would look at, I would go back and say, look, the census in 2008, that census was a success, because the Unity Party says it's a success. And guess what? The Unity Party want to come back. But you know, but everything I listen to my brother Isaac talk about, the man live what 30 minutes from me. Maybe I swing by, let have some talk. But Isaac, you giving the Unity Party a pass. The Unity Party on 2008, they said the census was a success, 100%. They say everything was good. We did it. Bingo. Best census since post-war. That's what Unity Party claiming. And you give it a pass, my brother. And I will say this to you.
Yes.
I will say this to you. I will say this to you. I will not come here and tell you that everything is gravy about this census. We have some challenges. What we see on tape, yeah. That's not the government, but that's folks who doing the thing. I would say that to you. There's challenges, but my brother Isaac, you can come on this show and let the Unity Party who want to come back and just enjoy it. I would want to have a show, and this is a challenge. So you guys, will you come on the show, will you pose a question on this government? I want you to come on the show and say, let's talk about the Unity Party too, especially your opposition to the Unity Party. Where the census was a success? And the answer, let's debate it. You muted Isaac. Maybe he's trying to say something. But with the census were 100% gravy, everything was good. You know, one of the things that sometimes drive me crazy when people act that especially opposition to the Unity Party like y'all act like the Unity Party, everything was good. Matter of fact, they act like everybody in Liberia has swimming pool in the backyard. The country was good. John Matter where I came, he had a bulldozer, he destroyed the whole country. I think it's something wrong. And I will give you this message that you will take to Mr. Cummings. Tell him he's fighting the Joe Buckeye War. Tell him he is fighting the Joe Buckeye War. If I was in the ANC and come on the show, I will fight the Joe Buckeye. Because he did census in 2008. Joe Buckeye did census in 2008. How was that census? Was that census a success? They say it was a success. They said every house was counted for. Every. So I wish Alex can ask that, since you're an expert. In 2008 was a success. Alex, my brother, be honest with yourself here today. Tell us that in 2008 was a success. If the Unity Party did everything, everybody were counted in the country, everybody, because we called 26 people. 6 people say yes, and 20 people say no. But I want you, Alex, to tell the Liberian people, you're an expert, because I know you will go back. You're a professional guy. You're not going to say, well, let's talk about this one. Go back to the Unity Party and tell us that if the Unity Party, everybody in Liberia was counted. It was a success. It was good. Bingo. We had a good day. Tell the Liberian people, Alex, please, my brother.
Thank you, Kev. before you guys coming to close, Alex, we want to appreciate you tonight. Again, this is over and over. We won't try to get to another conversation we can, because the magnitude of our discussion, take away the time. But Alex, you're always welcome. Like you were coming 100 times a day or night. sometimes I can say on the show intentionally, I dodge your call. I want to say you're welcome, Alex. Thank you for, again, being explosive in everything you do tonight.
Can you
I'm
answer
shocked.
my question to you?
I'm. What you say?
Can he answer my question? Can he explain to the Liberian people the 2008 census was a success? Can
Let
we
me get that.
No, hold on 1 minute. Isaac, we will have our conversation. I want to allow Alex to go. So, Alex, can you answer his question?
Alex, go. Can you tell us?
Listen.
Can you tell us, Theo? Can you tell us?
But can't listen to me. Just listen. You will hear me. Let me finish up. I'm asking Isaac to pause because I will give Alex the chance to answer your question, and he will do his closing, then he can leave. So, Alex, can you answer Kev's question, and then do your closing?
So, am I combining the response to Kev's question with that of my closing?
Yeah, answer his question first, then you do your closing, please.
Okay, Keith, to answer your question, this is what I will say to you. You know, whenever I come on the show, when I talk something, I talk with fact, I bring evidence. For instance, Keith, if I went across the street and saw you with a girl and you were slapping that girl, and I had no evidence, like video or picture, to see you or show that you were slapping that girl, or nobody have any record to show you were slapping that girl, I will not say you are slapping that girl because I cannot prove it. However,
Alex,
there is no record that I am aware of as an official statistician.
Alex, I'm showing you my phone.
Hold on, let him finish. Kev, let him finish speaking. Kev Hassan, give him a chance to finish up, please. Alex, can you please?
No, Kev Hassan, go ahead. What are you saying?
No, we got to go home, guys. Listen, we're way past 3 hours.
That Kev Hassan ask question.
No, listen. You can't do that. Listen. If you don't know, listen. Kev, hold on 1 minute. Kev, hold on. Alex, again, no interruption. We're done with the question and answer. Can you do your closing? We have to go, please.
All right. So in my closing, there are a few things I want to state tonight. Before that, to answer your question, Kev, I have no evidence. I have not seen any record that the 2008 census wasn't a success. If you have any documentation to that effect, I will appreciate seeing it and can be able to be informed to comment on that. Jesus. However, I will say that 100% respect Dr. T. Edward Liberty, who was then the Director General of Leges, who is the founding father of official statistics in the Republic of Liberia. Having said that, CEO, I also think I need to make this very clear tonight. Many people have called me, say, oh, Ellis, you need to contest to be a representative, to be a senator or whatever. And let me say that I am not contesting for any position. I am not going to be involved in any active political life in 2023. Let me also say for the record that I am not a member of the opposition and I will not be campaigning in the 2023 election, whether legislative or whether presidential. My energy and my focus is going to be squarely 100% placed on intellectual and academic work, consultancy, professional life, and where applicable, humanitarian work. I am not doing this because of politics. This is my field. I know how it is dangerous to destroy the census because it's going to affect us for the next 10 years in all aspects of our life, whether it is economic, whether it is social, whether it is political. And on the basis of that, I feel that people must know the truth. And that's the truth for which I came and will always appear on your show. And so let me say thank you so much for having me again tonight. And thanks to all Liberians, both home and abroad. And you can be assured that will remain apolitical as an official statistician and will not take a political side in the upcoming election. Lastly, let me also address the issue that I've always heard. A lot of people call me sometimes and say, oh, they say, Mr. Kome gave you the other money, starter gave you the other money, you're working for them, and things like that. I was controlling or managing over $24 million as a young man. I don't have a car, I don't have a house. If it was about money, I would prefer to take money like many other people, including Lawrence George, who took a lot of money from the census and has been rewarded by the president to serve as acting director general, rather than taking money from opposition or from other people to say things that are not true. All that I have said are 100% true, and the world can see those pieces of evidence. And like I said, there are over 292 pieces of evidence that I have in my possession regarding the census, and many more that I am gathering. And after that, we will do a full documentary or a book on the Liberian census, how corrupt it was, how messy it was, how bad it was, and how it plunged the country into an unnecessary problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Alex. Again, you're always welcome. Whenever you can, we'll make the news. Thanks for being part of the program tonight, and good night. Guys, let's wrap this thing up. Kev, you were speaking. We ran out of time, and I hope that you can consider, because we have given you the time, but you couldn't. So you was coming up with 2008 census result. You putting this squarely on UP, or you trying to ask Alex to give you what he know about that census? Make your case. Let me hold you for last, Kev, because you are a pioneer panelist, and I will give you that respect and hold you for last. Let me bring in Aziva first. Then we'll go to Fagon. Then you can send us home, Kev. Mr. Tupa.
Okay. So, and that's the ridiculous mindset that Kev comes with. You are visibly looking at a video where the entire census process is compromised totally under this administration, that since 2018 was supposed to do the census. They have taken 4 years to build up to it, and they failed miserably. But yet, you'll be trying to focus and compare it with the census that was credibly done under Dr. Liberty, who has a solid reputation, strong integrity. And you're not questioning it with any specifics. You're not saying at that time the population was going to be XYZ and they said this. Today, I can tell you the population should be about 5.5 million, and you're probably coming with 3.4, 3.5 million because you didn't count the people. I can say that I can extrapolate the population. I can do my projection based on a 2.5 or 3% growth rate. And if you check the 2008 census, they even projected when our population would double. They have all the different breakdowns by sex, by tribe, by everything. If you don't go to the people, you want to take the actual information from 3.4 million people or so. You don't know people's specific tribes. You don't know the foreigners in the country. You don't know the poverty level of different people. You don't know the condition they're living in. You can't properly estimate household size. It's a complete deficit, and please. It's a complete deficit and lie to the Republic for this kind of stuff to go on. So for you to try to reflect on what happened in 2008 and compare to what's happening today is night and day. I even had a conversation with somebody today. I said today, our education system is the messiest we have seen it. They said, oh, what do you mean? I said, but is that not a fact? In 2013, Ellie admitted, after years of us criticizing our system, that the system was messy. So they did a program. They say from mess to best. They screwed up our education system with that private partnership thing they did, where they would focus huge amount of dollars on a small level of population and look at the success rate and try to extrapolate it to the rest of the population. When so many people not in school, they're not getting the benefits. What has the government changed? And that's the thing, Kev. You are saying something is wrong. Something is extremely wrong. Because many of the people in this government, we all talk about all the ills of Madam Salif government. the 66 other 68 concession contracts that were just basically illegal, corrupt. This scene El Nito, I can show you my post where I criticize African leaders, how they corrupt. They allow these Indians, these Chinese, and other people to just come and exploit our country with no concern for our environment. Look how the people are doing with rivers in this country. I highlighted it from River Says when the people redirected a whole river. Everybody downstream are drinking muddy water. We got no sanitation system, no water system. So people drink from the creeks and the rivers. And when you destroy the environment like the Chinese do, redirect a whole river, uprooting it, and are just muddy water going to people, what do you think they will drink? You basically trying to kill people. So for you to say something is wrong, you are very right. Something is extremely, extremely wrong with this government that for 12 years criticized as the CDC, the Congress for Democratic Change, criticized this government, protested against the government consistently, that even sometimes they were threatened. How many times they didn't go to jail for protests or for issues? For you to say today that things are okay? No, the CDC also come in and correct all the wrongs, all the ills of Madame Saleh were highlighted. You can't even look at the PAPD today with all the promises in there. Google the word corruption in the PAPD, you'll probably see it 274 to 275 times. But have we even touched the corruption leader? No. Look at President Wabudeke, a foreigner who not even supposed to be in that position. Because of ego, he kept a Nigerian or corrupt Nigerian who compromised our whole immigration system in our position. So, Kev, something terribly wrong. I just hope the Liberian people's eyes can be open and know that, in my mind, anybody in the opposition will be a better leader for our country than what we have here today. Without doubt, the ANC is a legitimate contender. Mr. Cummings is the best option. You know that. Why else will you guys be trying to put everything on Mr. Cummings? That's fear. That Mr. Cummings brought in arms in the country that you have been carrying around.
Thank you very much.
I don't know what the situation was in terms of the show, but seriously, we got to come back to talk about our Sisa Goa and this Iron O.
We will be having a conversation on Monday on Western Clusters. We'll have the former Senator Sandra Johnson on our program. And again,
I think he took 35,000 out there.
Again, we'll be having a full conversation. You can join us on Monday if you're available.
I'll join you on Monday.
Yeah, it's good to see you.
You got 10 million already in your pocket. Well, let me just ask Kevin, you got another 10 million. The first 10 million.
No, guys. Hey, listen, we got to go, Isaac. Honorable Fagon.
Well, let me say thank you to all of you guys for having me tonight. I don't know if Good Day is there because I won't be talking. And my 2 minutes video, I won't allow Good Day to be showing the trucks hauling the iron ore. I mean, I want the Liberian people to see that my own are closing because latest thing expire. So, Good Day, are you there? Or Stanton text. Okay, Good Day, put that video up. Let Liberian people see. Kenya over there. If for any reason, I wanted for y'all to look, that people just holding the thing. And you know when this thing started? Since April, they've been hauling 78 trucks times 2.
Wow.
It's 156 loads. 50 tons, multiply it. We have done the math. We have told the Liberian people. Maybe Senator Snowtop was joking. He came on the network, he said they were in India for 5 days. It was not the government that sent him. The Minister of Lands and Man left his job without the knowledge of the president and went to India. Snow said he was only there for 12 hours. It's what he told the people in Bomi this morning. We have the recording. Number 2, Snow said the 10,000 for the 10 million were for the Bomi people. That was what was due them. We proved that the money went to the government. And Snow said the poor will pay the balance money to the government. The MOU said the poor don't owe the government a dime. We can go on and on and on, but I want to close on this note. How will the CDC fight corruption charges during the elections? How will they? Have they looked at a man like Snow and say, Snow, this deal you brought was not correct. Snow, here are the facts. Will they look at Asila Mito that stayed there for 15 years, never built a toilet? And now they are about to give Asila Mito another 25 years. I don't know how Kev would defend that one. How he would defend Western Cluster. How he would defend the census. Both legally, constitutionally, and electorally. How you would do that? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking. Because from where I sit, if you look at the situation of Alex, Asif Atupa raised the issue of Wambodiki. You know who raised the issue of Wambodiki, Asif Atupa? The guy called Samuel Wozi. The moment Samuel Wozi raised the issue, they fired him. Wambodiki went before the Senate. The truth came out. Y'all would destroy all your own people, only to be destroyed yourselves, because you don't let smart people. Look at the census. We talk about it forever. Nothing. But this morning, my witness is Stanton A. Witherspoon. That's my witness. Snow took responsibility, good or bad. If I ask Snow on this radio now to resign, he would tell me no. But in a white man country, what will happen? The person will resign because you just mess a whole country up. I just want to say to Stanton, I don't know, but you will get plenty of calls, because from what we are seeing now, this video, or this, we call it the exhibits, this man say he got 200 and something. The one I get for Representative Chris Smith, that just one I show you like that. So I ain't show you the real mineral in the barrels. The extra mineral they put taking. You see it here. And I have not told you all the people involved in this corrupt deal. I've not even reported the Lands and Mines Minister who confirmed, and you Stanton A. Witherspoon. I say Stanton N. Witherspoon, the one in Liberia. The A. Witherspoon saying now behind the desk. You got the video of the Lands and Mines Minister saying they spent 5 days in India. Snow, they monitor the people of Bomi. He spent 12 hours. Everything that we should wash it. By the way, facts versus fiction, Liberia Speaks, will be coming on the Spoon Network soon. Unlike people talking, Stanton will not show people can talk. Maybe I'll be coming on in the evening. Me, I will play your own. Then I ask you, defend yourself. What I did in 2017, I will repeat it in Liberia again. I repeat, what I did in 2017, I will repeat it on this network. And hopefully, we have not spoken about the hours, and I'm on the network so I can promote my own show. Right, Stanton? I'm trying to do it around 11 o'clock. Because by the time I used to do it in Liberia, kept smiling, he said, tell me. The man cried here, he said, Echo. I told the people the man were coming, they didn't listen to me. Because my own, look at Snow the money. He lied. Facts versus fiction. 11 a.m. in the nation's capital. When everybody finished talking Tabata, I will play your own. Then I show the people the facts. Then the people have their say. In 3 months' time, the people of Liberia will determine the same way they determined in 2017. I rest my case.
Thank you very much, Eugene Lamik-Fagon. We want to appreciate every one of you. Thanks for joining us, though. Wow. We want to say thanks, a big one to Alex. No, I'm sorry. Our brother Kev have not spoken. Kev, do your closing, sir. No, what do you mean no mentioning talk? You are afraid for me to forget, right? No, let Kev talk, man. Fico. Yeah, he always speak first, so I'll forget him.
Let me say this. You know, the worst woman that you can have in your life, a woman who is on a rebound.
Hey, be careful.
No, not the worst. Who they feel that woman feel that the husband treat them bad or the girlfriend treat them bad, then you take them. And when you take them,
wow.
Rebound. You know why I'm saying that?
I don't want to be part of it, bro.
We have 2 sedition. Who pass it around feel that they treated them bad? And then the other side taking them. And they feel that they treat them, they take them. That's a rebound. Let me tell you, you know why?
That would people tell.
Even though
that would people tell no sir. That would
even though
they gotta get Bob. They gotta get Bob.
Because I know my boss, you put me somewhere.
Fagon, he's protected. You gotta speak, please.
That's why I say when you feel him, just put me in one party.
I see, Sado. I see why they keep.
Can I allow me?
Why are you interrupting, Cap? The man acquire your spoke. Give me a chance to speak.
Listen. A ANC guy telling you the Unity Party is a success. That's a man on the rebound. A man within the CDC who wanted the job of agriculture, he get it, he mad. He telling you now, he say all kind of things. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for Cummings. He a party that people who want to rebound, they're there. That's all in that ANC party. People who vest, they mad. As soon as they get something general, Cummings will be standing in the cold in Alaska. The coldest place in Alaska. How can the former chief of staff telling you that the Unity Party is good, it's best? The census was success. And matter of fact, you know what he said? Who dare you, Kefasan, to talk about the Unity Party? Who dare you? Hey!
So the man defending Unity Party, no?
Defending Unity Party. Who dare you?
I see what's going on.
Is attacking me on the national TV and defending the Unity Party. You're not defending the ANC. He telling me that, look, I was a sedition. They treated me bad. I'm with ANC. I don't care. ANC ain't going nowhere. That's what he said. He said, let me tell you this. Now with people, don't
Yeah,
listen to
continue
what,
talking. Let me open the door, please.
yeah. Now, don't listen to what people saying, what they are not saying. Well, my brother Isaac started by saying that Unity Party is more formidable to the ANC. So I will defend the Unity Party. I will tell you that the census was a success. This man telling me,
very good success.
this man telling me that everybody in 2008 in Liberia, they come there. Hey, man. As if I took get family there, I can pick up phone right now and call somebody. When you come there in 2008, they will tell you, no, nobody came to my area. But you telling the Liberian people that in 2008, the Republic of Liberia, even in Lofa, Grangela, Bommy, everywhere, they come, everybody. How that possible, man? Yeah. Even America said it. Even America said they get margin of error. And you say on the show that it counts everybody. So what I'm saying to you, yes, CEO, you come back. What I'm saying to you, CEO, because you know what I will refer to you, because you stand as independent. What I'm saying to you, how can the ANC working for the UP? Is the CPP back that Mr. Cummings don't know? I don't know. Because if I was ANC, I would question 2008. If everybody, because what we look at now, we'll open the line. What we're looking at, if people went in your neighborhood, some people say yes, some people say no. But I'm getting from Mr. Tupa here that it was 100% perfect. Everybody. Oh, hey, seriously? So for me, all I'm saying is that that one thing I will agree with Isaac. I would totally agree with Isaac on the show that the ANC are now formidable. They look at the Unity Party. I will agree with him. We on the same boat on that. I agree with him. He on point on that. So he's saying that, hey man, the Unity Party is the one that will challenge. We're not there and we will not be there. So thank you for admitting it and fighting the Unity Party board. But let me say this. On the Western cluster thing, I try my best to look for the numbers and I ask. And the reason I asked to look for the numbers for Bommy, because I will say this. If I find out that Bommy is going to suffer on the Western cluster, I will get angry. So I try to find out. And I say, I need the numbers. Mama, let me finish now.
Why you hating your team? Let me talk about.
Let me ask the man 5 questions. You can answer that.
No, man, the show over. You get a man chance to finish the show over. Let me talk about. Kev, go ahead. Kev, go ahead, please. Kev, go ahead, please.
Listen. So I decided to do my own study because I sit down here. The person who's doing the trucking, he's an opposition guy. Matter of fact, when I spoke to him, because Edwin still call his name, I will call his name. He don't want his name is Bidel. I spoke with Bidel. You know what he said to me? He said, Kev, I don't like you. My wife told me, why now you think you like Kev? You don't like him. He's opposite. He told me, he said, I don't agree with you. He said, but I will tell you this. I'm willing to show you proof that I, Bidel, bid for this Western Cluster trucking. in India, and I'm willing to show you proof. No government person there.
Kev, repeat that again, please. I didn't hear
You
you.
understand? You still cannot finish, man. Why the guy they can't? Well,
Guys, no, Fagon, let the man finish. I beg you.
I just asked him to repeat what he just said.
Fagon, some all gotta go home. I beg you, please.
No, he said,
let the man finish.
Fagon,
wait for your show, Friday fashion. When you come on, you can ask the man. Leave the man. Yeah, the man gotta go dance. The man gotta go downstairs to go do it, see, man. To the Friday, my man. Okay, go ahead, Kev.
Cool, man. And I'm calling him. He said, "Don't call my name," but still call his name. So I will call his name. He will get mad. But listen, for a man to look at me in the face and say, "Kev, I don't like your politics." When I say
he
don't like
look at you on the face, he called you. He didn't look at you in the face.
You know why? You know why? You know why I say so? He reminded me that we met. We met and we had something. He reminded me, so I recall that he don't like my
Kev, is that loud?
Kev said the man better for transporting where in India. When the man Kev look, they Kev got, I swear I go.
Wow.
Kev finish up. Kev finish. Man, make it fast, that Kev. We gotta go, man.
No, you can't tell me to make it fast. They got it. I ain't disturbed then. That's not fair.
That's not fair to Kev, guys. You gotta give Kev his.
Well, you know why?
You got 10 minutes, please.
That's the old trick. The old trick is that I will disturb. I will do it so people cannot get it. And he promised me. He said, "Let's talk with Stanton. I want to talk with Stanton. I am an opposition. I'm not a government supporter, but I get a contract." And you know what he said to me? He said, "Everything that Fagon is saying is a complete nonsense. Nonsense." So I decided to do my own case study. And I said, I want to know how many Liberians I employ. And I get some numbers. Let's talk about the numbers. You understand? I got Vidal is different from the other numbers. I will tell you. He told me his truck. And when Vidal, he said do the math. When I did the math, over 100 and something people employed with Vidal alone.
But we'll bring Vidal on. He will get a number. Can we move on? Can we end this thing, please?
No, that Kev get out there. What number he get?
Yeah, but people were doing their thing.
Okay, call your own number.
Still, people were doing their thing. I sat quietly. Look at this. From Liberia, 167 people. For Bomi alone, 108 people. 108 people.
That be that number or the whole company?
Be that number different? The company number there. I'm telling. When you combine Bidel number and for Bomi alone, you get over 200 people. I want to say, that's a truckie. Bidel truckie is there, and plus other people working. They even told me they hire some people for some technical institute in Bomi. That they hire some people. He called some technical institute. Bidel, he was telling me, "See, I'm not a government supporter. I'm an opposition. I don't like your politics. But let me say this to you: if folks want to take bread out of those people's mouths, let them do it. Because you don't like snow, or because you think you and snow have your disagreement, let them do it. Because a man who trucking for Western cluster, a man who trucking telling me that I hire over 100 people, different from the other area. And I'm receiving numbers from the HR about people who they hire, Liberians. 67% of Liberian. Hey man, you want to take bread away from the people of Bomi? I will fight for the people of Bomi, because you know why? I will never be a Nicodemus on the people of Bomi. I will fight for them, because if this number were different, I will be on the show. But I am encouraged by this number. I am encouraged by this number. And send your people. Let's send our people there. We shouldn't be taking rhetoric. As we saw the video, right, about the truck. What was the rhetoric? That patch who? The quota you see there, the people are passing that patch who.
Why you bring your document?
That patch who? That patch who?
That patch
Guys, we gotta go though. It's wonderful having you all. Kev, let me do this. No. I got. Listen, guys. Let me say this. Kev, please. Your two brother. You take your team to bomb me by. You stop this thing. Yeah. Let me say this. But let me end my own now. I know Bidel.
It's subcontracting from the other company, which you know, correct?
Listen,
no.
Gentlemen, I don't want to implement gentlemen. Kev Hassan, I do not want to do this. I'm begging you guys. Let's show a little bit of restraint, because we got to go. For the sake of our audience, we want to appreciate everyone. I know Bidel. Bidel know me very well. I met Bidel before. I'm not going to say where or when or through whom. I'm going to leave it like that. The Liberian people can decide. It is important to have Bidel on the show. And we'll bring Bidel on the show to make these, clarification on the story we are hearing. Okay? Bidel lives in somewhere in, I'm not going to call the state because I don't think it's appropriate. But he's here in the United States. And we're going to make the case. We're going to just talk to him and bring him on. I want to say I'm discouraged, folks. Going back to Legis. What we saw in this video, I've asked James to share the video on our pages. It is important that people go back and watch it. They have manipulated the numbers. Again, I can say to you, I have sent it to everyone in the authority in Liberia. The president, the vice president, senators, representative. I have sent it to them all. It is important for us to understand. They need to see it. They need to see those videos. Those videos are horrible. Somebody from Legis should be in some serious damn trouble. That's not what the people want. That's not what the people deserve. I want to say thank you very much for joining us as always. Tomorrow we'll be here speaking to Front Page Africa owner, Rodney C.A. He have a new book coming up. The signing ceremony will be in March in Washington, D.C. It is about George Manawia, another individual that wrote a book about George Weah is on the set with us as of October. And Rodney C.A. have written another book. What I saw from the book, that book will be bigger than what you read from the As of October book. I can tell you this. Imagine it's election year and the book is coming up. A lot of discussion, some serious issue running included in that book. We will be at the signing ceremony in Washington, D.C. I've asked the folks to join us, the crew from Spoon Network, Benjamin Senvi, Dr. Peabody, St. Thomas and George, Dr. Richardson, probably maybe Fagon will join us if he's available. Kev Hassan is around your corner. We ask everyone to make themselves available to come to the signing ceremony. We'll support our brother, Rodney C.A. You have a copy of the book. It will be autographed. And we believe that, well, it is what it is. We want to invite folks from all over. If they deny this tape, the video we play from Legis, come and speak. If not, Liberia people have heard enough. Till we meet again, may God bless you. May God keep you. I want to wish my friends, I got a couple of folks having birthday this January. But most of all, my wife's birthday is January 24th, 124. Because my wife's birthday is January 24th, I won't be going anywhere. If you invite me, I will not attend. I have to stay home because Kev always get me in trouble. So I gotta be very careful moving forward. I'm not even visiting Kev. So I want to say we can't wait for the birthday. We can't wait to celebrate. And we wish my wife a happy, happy birthday coming up. I also want to wish my brother, Jeremiah Witherspoon, his birthday is coming up as well. January 29. I want to wish James Goodell Flomo birthday coming up also. All my many friends that are celebrating birthday this month, we wish you guys a happy birthday. May God bless you. May God keep you. Till we meet again tomorrow, have a good evening. The information about the Army Nation will be discussed a little more. The information about how you call it, not tomorrow now, because we will ask Ronnie C on it, but the information about Western Cluster, Sandra Johnson will be on the show. We'll be discussing further as well on Monday. Have a good evening. If you guys want to fight, the time is yours. I'm out. Good night.
But man, don't come bring anything here. The man was telling you how the man went to India. He couldn't say anything. How he get 200 people. He didn't say anything.
Now my business to say.
That was a Ghanaian company that took the transport.
Now my business to say. The people will decide. Now my business. That Fagon business. Fagon, you come here with fight inflation. You will have your time on your show to debunk some of these things. Yeah, that's why you come on your show
tomorrow. According to get a good day to play.
So this the show. After the show, we can challenge all the nonsense that people talking about.
Challenge it now. The show over. The show over.
You can do it, James. May I go? I see you. You and James can do it, my man. You are good. They can do it.
No, James. That James not opening and talk organizing you. I see you, gentlemen. You take care. James, how you doing? You on mute. What day you bringing propaganda behind ANC, James? What?
How you doing?
You put in the weapons behind ANC too?
I mean, you read article. I said alleged.
Alleged from who?
That thing passed. Go.
Oh, it passed? Tell that news did that pass? Okay.
All right,
we'll different show. We talk.
Okay, so folks, that's it. You just listened to the Spoon